Yo, Gehyunhyo, if you're listening, actually, I need to commit to kimchi. I need to commit to kimchi again. Like, in the end, the only reason I was able to get off my ass and make that big batch of kimchi was because I promised you. I can take away the raid bullshit stuff. Hey, we can talk shit about raid again. I'm no longer sponsored. The sponsorship is over. Poggers. Right, kimchi, man. I miss having kimchi at home. I need to make another batch. Also, look at the sexy t-shirt. Wow. Holy shit, he's so sexy. He's so hot. Can you smell this mint tea? Smell it now. Sniff it. Sniff my tea. How are you doing? How has been your Sunday? The day of the Lord. Have you checked if there isn't a no talking shit about our game clause in your sponsorship thingy? There is, but it's only during the sponsorship. They can't force me to not talk shit about their game outside of their sponsorship. And the sponsorship is over. Well, it's not. It's mostly over. I'm waiting for the. Yeah. I'm waiting for the approval. Okay. Got 21 tutorials completed. That's the status. We will email you when this page is updated. You have 21 tutorials completed. That'll be dank. It's $400, dude. You were so wrong on the train track. Yo, Chinchilla, you can't come in here, throw down the I was so wrong on the train tracks when your contribution was to dive in and say the exact same thing. You are spreading misinformation just as much as I was. And I wasn't wrong. I was wrong about the specifics, but my point still was there. It's that things are interconnected and related. And honestly, the way I see it, no, I was kind of confirming your theory. Well, yeah, that's what I meant. The way I see it, honestly, is that if the fact that the gauge on the trains fits the gauge on the old Roman chariots, not out of intention, but out of coincidence, that further proves my point, in my opinion. Just because I comment, you don't have to see it as an attack. Wow, so defensive. I'm getting ready for the debate, okay? God knows it's going to be a fight, a bloodbath, a fight to the death. I have my water ready. I need to make my tea. I'll be right back. All right. By the way, how do you like my shirt? I don't know if I can watch someone spreading misinformation like this. Well, then don't watch. What do you want to say? No, okay. The thing is, when I watched the edit of the Egypt video, I decided to go fact check myself. Since someone had, I don't remember who it was, but someone had asked me for the for proof on the train track thing, and basically what I ended up finding out was that I wasn't entirely right, I wasn't entirely wrong. The truth was somewhere in between. So like the gauge on, hey Rabun, Rabun. Rabbin. That's rabbi in French, by the way. So the connection between the train tracks and the old Roman chariots is true. The connection between train tracks, well, the correlation between the train tracks and the old Roman chariots is true, and the connection between train tracks gauge and tank size is true. But now the correlation between I thought there was direct causation between the old Roman chariots gauge and the train track gauge. According to the Snopes fact check article I read, actually it's not direct causation. It's more that they both have the same causes, which are the size of a human being, and well, for the chariots, also the size of a horse, as I was saying on the when I was doing that meme. I stun locked and Pepe laugh. Little do you know, okay, it's not a stun lock if I wasn't doing anything in the first place, okay? You actually helped me. You gave me content for the few minutes until I have to tune into Discord. You thought you were a size of a horse, Spike, you know. You know what else is the size of a horse? Hey. He thinks he stun locked me, but he actually gave me content. Nerd. In the highly competitive world of 10 viewer Andes, we fight each other for content to the death. Is France still mad about that Oculus agreement? I don't know. Yeah, probably. I mean, the posturing part probably isn't very relevant anymore, since, you know, it's news cycles. No one gives a shit about it. It's already a week later. But the like realpolitik aspect of it, sure. Like, I don't fight over content. I let you guys do the fighting. I get the content. Well, someday, Chinchilla, we will seize the memes of production, and that day, your filthy meminalist hands will wallow in suffering. Your thick, greedy, content-hungry paws we will grasp the content back from you. I don't know where I'm going with this image. I'm sorry. I love you, okay? God, this tea is so good, but it's so hot. Kind of like me. You will be... I'm gonna do my own show at the same time with Shao and Elysium. Yeah, I'm gonna do a politics podcast on... And then you, like, change the time for Lip Praxis, and I change the time for my show as well. This is a thinking soundtrack. Yes. Are you thinking? Are your thoughts coalescing in your brain? Do you feel it? Okay, I feel like I need to show it off again. Holy shit, I love this t-shirt. Check this fucking... Check this shit out. It's not even... There's Japanese on it. Wait, it's this side. There's Japanese on it, but it's not even a weave shirt. You'll invite like Zverb or Tekajin to be the fourth. Piss me over more off. Yes. It's not that I'll invite Tekajin over. It's that Tekajin will be my the moderator. That's how I break your mental. In the end, I just hire Tekajin as the moderator. There's no coming back at that point. You ever get this impression that you're sitting on something, but you actually aren't? I keep having that impression. It's very disconcerting. I don't know what to do about it. I just checked my pocket, my ass pocket, like 5 times. Oh wait, there's a bunch of lint in it. Actually, never mind. Okay, I know what I'm feeling now. Tech as mod, that would be good content. You sitting on a chair? I am sitting on a chair. Yes. That was not what I was talking about, okay? Where's Chinchilla's Discord again? Oh, there it is. I mute myself in Discord. Cool. Ayaya. Rabun. Robunie. I have that... When I used to play Age of Empires with my brother, we would like hear the weird we would always hear the villagers say Robunie. And it kind of became like a meme for us. God, I need to buy a new iPhone cable. Look at the state of this cable. It's like all ripped up and shit. It's fucked. Can't charge my phone. My second phone, rather. Now, why do I need the second one? I actually don't need it. Well, I actually do need it so I can play my stupid mobile game while during the debate when I get inevitably bored. I'm sorry. I'm joking. I love you. It's okay. Chinchilla isn't listening anyways. He's getting ready for it. I can talk shit about the debate. Alright, today's subject's gonna be shonen and isekai. Are they overrated? I don't even know what I think about it. I think I'll just talk shit about whatever other people say. Like, on the one hand, okay, shonen is overrated. Every shonen show I've watched is a 5 out of 10 or lower. No, I know. Like, shonen is actually unironically overrated. Shonen is actually fucking trash. Oh wait, I need to change my Streamlabs bot. Okay, timers. To edit it. That's not my latest YouTube video. This is... That's not my latest YouTube video.
Like, check.
Oh shit.
Oh man, you can see that shit.
Alright.
He can't hear us though.
Hello?
No, he can't.
Hi, name.
Hang out
Hi.
and like... Oh shit, my GoPro's not on. Shit.
Oh shit.
Shit!
Shit, fuck!
I've had like the most roller coaster of a fucking day today. Oh my god. How are you guys?
Great.
Good. Oh, is the GoPro like just gonna connect the first time? Oh, you spoil me.
Except for Death Note, if that counts as
Hello.
shonen. Actually, a good point.
Hello.
Death Note
It
is really good. What does it mean to be
Hello,
overrated?
everybody. Hello.
That's a good question, but that's too
Hello.
serious for the discussion.
So,
You want some content? Yes.
Oh, hi.
Content.
Is
Well,
that
actually, I'm
your
gonna discuss, so
humble,
I have content.
house?
Girl.
Yeah, just central command.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
So-
I recognize that. That's a fucking Advance Wars map.
Mm,
I'm
Full Metal Alchemist, but okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was pretty sure that's from Full Metal.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Welcome for anybody that's in my stream. We are still waiting on a couple of people to join. I know Senpai Chow is currently taking a shower. He wants to prepare for all the takes that Elysium throws to him.
Oh.
No shower
If
cam?
if no shower cap, no, we don't do Kuma content over here. Name,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry.
I'm okay.
I
bye.
know,
I'm,
I
it's
know
not
your
my-
stream.
Yeah, it's not for
This
me.
is not- So that being said, like I would appreciate if Tiberius, if you could turn on the cam, if that's a possibility.
Working on it right now.
Okay. So yeah. So welcome. So for anybody that's here, this is the anime debate. We are going to do two topics today. We are going to talk about isekai, and we're going to talk about shonen, and if they are under or overrated. So the phrasing is if they are shonen is overrated and isekai is overrated. That being said, I have some lovely guests here. So if you guys want to do your own introduction first, like normally I do an introduction for you guys, but let's let you guys have like a short introduction of yourself, and then we can get it started. So Elysium, you go first.
Oh, cool. I'm Elysium. Talk about politics and anime. I don't stream anymore. I just play MMOs like New World. If you play New World, you should come play with me. Cool.
Okay,
Perfect.
perfect. So, and second is name.
I do mostly like slice of life content. I talk about life, sex, drugs, sometimes anime, rock and roll.
Guys, it's not just chatting. It's slice of life.
It's slice of life, exactly. And some
He
video
makes it
games
into an
sometimes.
Anime.
Yeah.
So, and also, what's really interesting, this is how I got Kino to be here. You're a multi-streamer, right?
Yeah. Right now you're being restreamed to Facebook and YouTube.
Hi, Facebook and YouTube.
And streams.gg, right?
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh yeah, but that's
where
an
where the most
embed.
people-
That's just like a separate community with embedded streams.
Ultimate streaming
Do you
community.
have affiliate turned on? Is that how you're getting away with that?
No, yeah, I'm neither affiliate nor partnered. Not that they
Okay.
should go after affiliates anyways, let's be real. I've seen so many
Yeah.
affiliates multi-stream, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would be sad if you wanna become, let's say,
Yeah, it's not a
partner or
dice roll I'm
something.
willing to
Yeah.
willing to do.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah. So, and then let's go to Tiberius.
Hello, everyone. My
Oh,
mic
fuck.
server working and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm
You sound
Siberius D.
beautiful.
I do geopolitical content, but I'm here to do some anime talk, and hopefully that helps me boost my reviews channel, which I've been doing a lot of. I just did a review on the battle in the movie Fury between 4 Sherman tanks and a Tiger tank, and I talked about how realistic it was. It was a lot of fun.
That
Yeah.
sound like fun, actually.
Like I saw, we will inevitably in the future have some sort of Star Wars debate. So
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Oh, what kind of Star Wars
Yes.
debate?
So definitely Tiberius, you're gonna be on there. So I would
Bring it on.
I would love to have you there. So and then last but not least, we got Kino
Tonks.
Alive.
Hello.
So the queen
us
of
that
social
Macron
media
energy.
influence. So she's probably going to give us the takes to get the most likes on either Twitter or Facebook or whatever. So please
Yes, I
introduce
do.
yourself.
Hi. So I have had a roller coaster of a day, so pardon me while I put my face on. Yeah, like Chinchilla was saying, you actually didn't say this. What I do is I teach people how to do digital marketing. I'm an educator basically. I had to stop streaming because my computer starts screaming and turns on fire when I stream. So right now I'm holding like educational content on my Discord and Twitter, if that's of interest to anybody.
Ooh.
So yeah, thank you very much. So later on
Thank you for having me.
we'll be having on Senpai Chow. That's what I know for sure. Maybe Prime cannot make it because he's a very busy man with 6 panels a week. So it's basically Sunday's his off day, and then I bother him to come on here. So yeah.
Want me
So,
to message him?
I did message him, but
Okay.
if you want to, you can. So
I can
maybe that
message
helps.
his ass.
So yeah. So that being said, like for Senpai Chow, he's going to be our gatekeeper of anime tonight again, probably.
He's not as snobby as I am.
He made a
Oh.
post. He made a post about this on Twitter, like within the last day, and it was a picture of.
He stole my meme. I made
Okay,
that
fair
meme.
enough. I'm so sorry. Yeah, he's just like Senpai Chow debating anime. Grr, nasty, you know, mean. Senpai Chow debating politics. Sitting there just like, yeah, I'm cool, dude. And it's true. It's absolutely true.
Alright.
Like, that man will fight over anime, but politics, I've never really seen him get flustered on.
Well, that's not. If you watch him with Elysium, then you then you can actually see that. So there you go. So the first topic that we're gonna talk about is isekai. Isekai is overrated. So I want to give this to Name because Name is extremely passionate about this topic. He had like a 1 month arc that was basically everything was an isekai, and he was chatting about only like isekais. So let's give it to Name to introduce his topic, and then we have like opening statements regarding this topic for the rest of you.
Okay, sure.
So go ahead, Name.
Yeah, are isekai overrated? The way I see it is mainstream isekai are absolute trash. They're pure they're pure power fantasies, but without any of the trappings that make actual good art or storytelling. They go straight to the point. You get a zero-dimensional main character that you can project yourself into, who gets super powered in a world with a bunch of big booba anime girls jumping on him at every corner of the street and all that shit. And
Wait,
honestly,
what anime is this?
every single one of them.
What's wrong with big anime boobies?
Nothing.
Did we have that debate like earlier? But
there's nothing wrong with them, but when that's the only thing that the anime that the isekai has going for it, then that's not.
I feel
that
like
great.
the problem is that the only female character development in isekai is in their breasts.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Like when you I love Konosuba, for example, but Konosuba is a parody of everything that's wrong with isekai. That doesn't count as a good accomplishment in isekai. And there actually are good isekai. I'd say the mainstream one that actually has good storytelling and deserves its being lauded and applauded as an amazing story is Kumu Desuka Nanika, or generally known as the Spider Isekai. That one is just really, really good. It first off, amazingly, the main character is a woman, which is just wow, representation in isekai, and it doesn't fall into any of the weird tropes that make us Westerners cringe when we consume anime. It's just like a good old fashioned power fantasy where the main character becomes obscenely powerful, but always has challenges up to that to face and so on and so forth.
So
yeah.
Could you explain like briefly what an isekai means?
Oh yeah, isekai literally in Japanese
we
means otherworld. It, if I recall correctly, I might actually be slightly wrong on the definition. But the idea is it's a story. The trope that defines isekai is that you have a main character that gets transported or reincarnated into another world. And that other world can be, and then there are additional tropes that are very typical, aren't necessarily part of it, but are always part of it. It's that the main character finds some kind of power, some kind of advantage, some kind of item that they bring from their original world. So they bring something with them into the new world that makes them overpowered. And that's where the whole power fantasy thing comes into play.
And is it overrated?
Is it overrated? Most of them are terribly overrated. I know a lot of people love stuff like there's that Korean one. I'm counting manhwa in here. Solo Leveling. I don't know if any of you guys know it. No.
I don't watch trash anime.
Oh, okay, good for you. It's not good, but it's got such a huge following. It's incredible. I'm amazed, and I've read all of it, so I don't deserve to say that much bad about it. But hey.
Oh well, Fresh Faces News these. He actually knows so you get one viewer that knows the anime. So good job, name. But let's go to opening statements of the other people. Who wants to go first then?
Okay.
I'll go. Never mind. Go ahead.
First,
ladies first.
Okay,
ladies
go for
first.
Them goes first.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Isekai. So I haven't been exposed to a lot of isekai, but what I have been exposed to, I don't really have an opinion on the overratedness of it because I don't particularly consume it. A lot of my anime or artist friends certainly do, but to what degree, I'm not really aware. So I can't really speak about if it is overrated per se, but I do recognize it as a genre that I think people consume casually. Which like I don't mind. If you enjoy something, then fucking great, consume it. That's fine. We can talk about like the harmfulness of character arcs and big boobies and stuff like that if we like really wanted to get into it. But my stance on isekai is like, if you enjoy it, great. Is it overrated? I don't know. It's not for me. That's about it for me.
Okay, and let's go to Tiberius then.
Yeah, sure. So I'm on the two minds of this because isekais, when I remember watching them when I was younger, were a lot better, and I definitely agree that they've probably gotten worse. And Elysium has hit that pretty well on the head, and Kino as well. As far as there, a lot of them have to turn into power fantasies. I can't talk today. Hold on a second here. Let me wake myself up. Okay.
When we talk about older isekai, does Dot Hack count?
I would say
would
yes.
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
It predates the invention of
Dot
the
Hack.
Yeah. It predates the invention of the term, but it definitely counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry,
no problem. Just to drop this in here is where I'm at. I think the new ones are bad. There was one that somebody sent to me. They're like, "Hey, check out this isekai," and it was some dude goes to another world and he's basically God because he has a cell phone. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I know that one.
Okay. I'm like, nah, I'm good. But older isekais were definitely not overrated. I'm gonna say it, and this might start a feud. Digimon Adventure was fucking based. It was great. It was absolutely great. While this is more of a romantic kind of show, Escaflowne was fucking wonderful. And no one talks about that. Isekai can be absolutely wonderful, and it can be a wonderful plot device, but lately it's been used in the most, I'm not going to say malicious, I would say more, it's being used in a way that I would not ever really want to go down, and that is largely just power fantasy and largely the way of satisfying the viewer's desires to see things that they like. That's not really what I want to go watch something for. That's like what my biggest problem with movies right now. It's all about the view. It's not about what it's actually trying to tell you or the story. So I'm going to close with that. I need to wake up. Holy crap.
Welcome, Tiberius.
I overslept. I was just like, hey.
Good morning.
No, you're okay.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
still
was
haven't
just
had my
like-
coffee yet.
I needed to sleep, and I finally got sleep, and I slept 14 hours. But holy fuck!
You have a late
Yeah.
night?
Well, no, actually, probably I went to bed at like 3, which I guess is kind of late, but kind of
That's a
normal
little
for
late.
me. But I woke up like 15 minutes ago, and it's 5 in the afternoon, so I needed to sleep. So yeah, I'm still waking up. But let me go get some water real quick and maybe a sandwich, and I'll probably be a lot better.
I'm gonna say that was cohesive and thoughtful, and I am perfectly fine with what you just said. I'm not noticing that you're sleepy, so you're okay, sweetie.
No, that's cool. I'm just stuttering over my words, which sucks. But
Okay.
anyway,
No, you're
Um,
way too nice. But like honestly, like this is a debate. Just kidding.
I know. Let's go, boys.
Just kidding.
Yeah, sure. Give me just 10 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So and then let's go to Elysium. So
Yeah, okay. So I don't think isekais are overrated at all. But I'm probably like incredibly biased. So I grew up reading like a lot of science fiction, and typically you like take some futuristic setting or something to exaggerate or explore a dynamic or characteristic of, society, humanity, the future, anything. It's like you're using the setting as part of a story building piece. And I think isekais fit right into that same literary device, and it's a really powerful one. And so I think that isekais always have potential to make really interesting stories, and as a genre, never going to be overrated.
Okay. So
Open the floor.
yeah,
Open the floor.
open
Open the floor.
open floor.
Okay.
Isekai is a literary device. What are you talking about? Expand on that, please.
So like taking a person, putting them in another world, you're going to be contrasting our world, or like the typical world, with what you're bringing up in that new world. Like that as a juxtaposition literary device.
Okay, when I think of a literary device, I am thinking very specifically of an objective illustration to, yes, compare and contrast specific environments, relationships, worlds, etc. But
Yeah.
when I say objective, I mean intelligently. And I think that your cell phone giving you superpowers in another world, just like if I feel like we need to contextualize to a specific example, which I don't really have. But what I see isekai do is not intelligently, not thoughtfully, like provide commentary about the world as it is, society as it is, whatever. I feel like it just like uses the mundane and makes it magical, and like full stop, that's it. If you were to develop it further, I think that could certainly be an intelligent and meaningful commentary. But I think that it just full stops on your cell phone gives you powers. Good luck. Here's some boobies.
Okay, before
I don't
we
know
go
what
to-
anime you guys are talking about.
Wait, Elysium. Wait,
Oh, yeah.
before we go to your response, welcome, Senpai Chow. Are you there?
I am. I'm still setting up.
Okay,
I just
so,
booted my PC and everything.
In that case,
Wow.
Elysium, you can respond, and after that, we're gonna give Chow a proper introduction. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure whatever booby anime cell phone one we're referring to. I'm actually really not like current on a lot of like whatever season anime is going on right now. Because I mostly watch like sci-fi anime and stuff. But like, have you ever heard of Planet of the Beast King? Or like it's
Heard of, yeah.
I can never actually say, Name Man can say all the real names. I'm just gonna say their English version. But that was like a really
We'll
interesting one, I
see.
thought.
Mhm.
That like it's taking people, putting them in a different setting, and then building some moral philosophical applications based off top of it.
Well, I'm not trying to make a blanket statement and say that all isekai is the same. Like, obviously, when we were, I mentioned contextualizing because I do think that we need to like attack a specific anime and break that down. But what I see in general, as far as like modern isekai is concerned, is what I was saying. And I'm also trying to find when Jui was released. It looks like 1993.
A long time ago.
Yeah, so that would be within the old category set that Namenamanen? How do you say your name?
Please just call him name. Just call him name.
Works. Yeah, name.
Okay.
Name.
So yeah, that still fits within the set at least of what of Name's point.
Sure. How do you feel about Sword Art Online?
Oh fuck it, no, not
Hold
no.
on, hold on.
No,
This
no.
is
Wait,
the
no.
isekai topic, right?
No.
This is an isekai topic.
Yeah,
right?
this is isekai.
Yes.
If you're gonna talk, Chow, welcome.
Chow.
Welcome to the show. Do you want to do an introduction first, and then basically you can talk about like what you think about isekai and what you wanted to respond as well.
Sure. I'm Senpai Chow. I stream, I talk anime, talk politics, play video games. I do all the fun stuff online. Is isekai overrated? I'm gonna say no, because it seems like, at least when I'm looking on my anime list, the community as a whole has a pretty good sense of what is shit isekai and what is good isekai. So the good isekai that's been coming up actually like really recently is Mushoku Tensei, or Jobless Reincarnation. A great show with a great concept, great animation, all the good stuff. Of course, you have the whatchamacallit, the prejudices, or no, not the tropes, the tropes that could be pretty problematic culturally. But besides that, there's really good isekai coming out, and of course there's bad ones as well. But it's not like the bad ones are getting the spotlight. In fact, the bad ones are getting all the shit. So I think what Kino was referring to before was In Another World with My Smartphone, in which there's this guy who dies. The first scene is being in front of a goddess, and then it's like, all right, you're gonna go into another world, you're gonna beat the Demon King, and guess what? Your superpower is having a smartphone. Oh my god, so OP. You have Google and Siri on your side. The Demon King
how's the
is
phone
gonna get
work?
shit on. Huh?
How's the phone work in Another World?
I actually do want to know though, like so is it magic full stop though, or is it magic because it is commentary upon
In that
let's go with
specific case, it's just
existentialism.
magical.
Let's go with existentialism real quick.
I watched the first two episodes, and I gave it up.
Okay, let's go with existentialism, like contextualize what I'm talking about real quick. So, if an anime wanted to make, actually, Serial Experience Lane is the perfect contextualization for what I'm talking about. Less so with the application of isekai, but certainly when it comes to like metaphor, existentialism, and like meta commentary on society, technology, etc. That's shit that I appreciate. What I'm talking about with like the cell phone application, it sounds like cell phone has magical powers. Cool, go beat the boss. Full stop.
That's it.
Okay, Tapirus, you wanted to drop some mega takes?
Oh, no. I figured that was for Senpai. Senpai was going to drop some mega takes, which, of course, he comes in swinging full tilt.
We were talking about Sword Art Online.
Yes,
Shao,
I know.
do you have Sword Art Online shakes?
Oh no.
Oh, wait, I need to say something about Mushoku Tensei, though. This is such a painful topic for me, because Mushoku Tensei used to be one of my favorite isekai. I fucking loved it. And then the anime isn't there yet, but because I've been reading the manga. There's an entire arc in the manga which is fucking trash tier. I can't wait for you to reach it in the anime. I don't wish you. I wish the anime just skips it, or I don't know what, but like it's. I can't say it without spoiling an entire arc of the story, but it's actually horrible. It like undoes everything that was so awesome about Mushoku Tensei. It's so disappointing, really.
How you judge anime, especially Mushoku Tensei or any animes that have multiple arcs. You can't just bring everything down just because one arc is terrible. And
is that your Sword Art Online take?
I'll take your word for it as well. Okay, and on Sword Art Online, the best 3 episodes of Sword Art Online was the first 3. Okay, everything else is trash.
All right,
So
Okay,
I
wait.
praise-
Since we're talking
I
about
didn't
Sword
mean to
Art,
invite you.
I
How
praise
will
the
not be
first
destroyed today.
arc. I
How do you
praise the
feel-
first arc of Sword Art Online. Everything else, bleh.
okay, by first arc you mean the first 14 episodes, right?
Most people actually
Okay,
say the
so
opposite too.
within
That
the
the first one
first-
was
okay,
trash,
the
but the
first
second season
arc.
was great.
All right, so like if you want to judge the arc as in like what Aincrad, then sure, but you do realize that there are multiple storylines within Aincrad. And they're even coming out with a movie because they skipped a huge portion of the Aincrad arc. What is it called again? Sword Art Online. What's that movie? It's just coming out. Or is it a show? It's actually a series. I don't know. They're
I don't
milking
know.
that shit so much.
I haven't seen it.
Are they taking it back? Okay, so my point
Am I
with Sword
taking it
Art
back?
was
What?
no. Are they taking the show back to the beginning for Sword Art?
Okay.
So
No. They're not taking it back to the beginning, but they're going over a huge plot in between. So then when Kirito is on the first level and he goes off running away, and then the next episode is like him being on like what floor 24 or something. Yeah, they're covering that huge gap. There's a whole story there. That also involves Asuna.
Okay, let's go to Elysium.
okay, so another thing that why I was bringing up Sword Art is, though I will always defend Sword Art, the first 14 episodes are kind of all that Sword Art is to me. The rest of it's kind of garbage. There's it kind of exemplifies that within isekai you can do every other genre. Like the first 14 episodes of Sword Art has like a little bit of every possible anime genre that we've like made. They've got like the murder mystery, they've got slice of life, they've got like the shonen, they've got the other world stuff. Like everything gets all built into one, and it kind of shows the versatility of the setting and the things you can do with it. So like Sword Art's like the catch-all for like you can do anything you want with isekai if you actually want to do it.
Okay. Kino, do you want to respond?
As a brand developer, yes, personally, also.
Ooh, personal.
Yeah.
So no, like personally respond. I think that in order for something to be so all encompassing of so many different genres and still maintain its identity, meta, or any sort of intelligent arc, that's very fucking difficult to do. And granted, I think that yes, isekai can certainly adhere to different tropes, different heroes' journeys, etc. I don't think that it does it well because it is a casual consumption machine. Modern isekai is a casual consumption machine. So I don't see a lot of thoughtfulness that goes into it. I don't see a lot of meta commentary. Therefore, it's just like, if you enjoy it, again, like that's good. That's great. But as far as like, if we're going to, I feel like we're looking for meaning where it just genuinely doesn't exist.
Okay, so I have a question then for you. Is it shit because it's mainstream? Is that what you say?
No.
I hear
No?
it more as like it's bad because it's just escapism. There's no like, there's no.
No,
like, underlying message,
I'm not
no?
putting a value judgment on it at all. I'm saying that for myself, I don't enjoy casual consumption stuff. Like I don't read things necessarily for pleasure because it's casual. Like I have ADHD, my brain is on 24 fucking 7. I want to consume things because it's distracting. And by distracting, I mean it is thoughtful, it is engaging, and it just scratches an itch that I have. So like I can't sit down and watch something like the Transformers, which again, I'm not going to put a value judgment on. I'm not saying the Transformers is bad when I say what I'm going to say. I'm just saying that it's not really something that's for me. So when I sit down and watch a Michael Bay film, I am sitting there analyzing absolutely all of it. Whereas most people, I think when they consume Transformers, they are consuming it to relax and escape and disengage from life. And that's just not what my brain does. So basically, what I'm saying is that if it's mainstream, it's usually mainstream because it is a form of escapism. Now, escapism can have thoughtfulness and it can include philosophical premises and all of this shit, but most of the time, that's not what people are consuming content for. I think.
Kino, my question for
Okay,
you
so
is then, doesn't this apply to all anime? If I could
Absolutely.
extend that. Okay,
Yeah.
so then what would be an anime show that you don't think applies, your critique applies to?
And
I
you
don't
quoted
know what you're
Serial
asking.
Experiment
Can
Slaying
you?
earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what about experimental slaying was like pretty good?
I'm
That you say
trying to
isn't
figure
about
out what point
escapism.
you're getting to, so I'll just answer the question. We'll take it where we're going. Serial Experiments Lane was specifically engaging to me because it is both meta, absurdist, and existentialist commentary.
Chap.
Yo, thanks
I
for
think
the
that's
like,
what you were
Kyle.
asking.
How are you
What
doing?
about the commentary?
We're having
I just
a.
kind
Oh
of want to
fuck!
know
I
how
had the
you're
wrong
judging
chat open.
anime just in general.
We're having a.
I don't think I'm judging
anime debate.
anime
talking about
universally.
isekai.
I think I'm judging it based on what I like. I'm not putting a value judgment down. Like I want to make that very clear. When I say good or
Follow our
bad, I
PogChamp.
don't think I have said that. But when I say that I enjoy something, I enjoy it. I am personalizing that. I'm not saying that isekai bad because this. I'm saying isekai is just not something that I enjoy.
Okay.
All right,
let's,
I get it. I get it.
I feel like I'm failing to
Oh.
answer your question. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I can understand that, like, if you don't enjoy it and stuff, or like if current examples are ones that you don't enjoy and stuff, I think that's fine. I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with that. But I think, like, as if we're talking about like, is this genre overrated? I think the argument I'm trying to make
I
is
don't
like
know.
the potential uses of this and the ways we kind of have seen it be used, even if like the modern ones aren't up to that bar, are definitely like very good. So to call like the genre overrated when I think it has the most potential to make interesting stories, and to fit stories into it as a storytelling device, is kind of where I'm trying to say.
That's a really good point, and I actually agree with that. As far as the potential, especially because of your earlier point where you said that isekai has the potential to fit in multiple genres, I think that again, if
Rodmo
there
1.5 for
is
gender boundary
a
acknowledgement.
budget and
Hells yeah.
thoughtfulness
But it's not an
applied
isekai.
to the
It's not
writing
an
and
isekai,
time
though.
given,
But yeah, I
to
love
the
Ranma 1.5.
characters, the arc, the storyline, the meta commentary, like whatever you want to open it up to, you are absolutely right that this has a lot of potential to become one of the more consumed genres, something like that. English is failing me right now.
But yeah, I agree.
I actually disagree with the. I agree with the potential idea,
Right.
but I disagree with that being a good criteria for deciding whether something's overrated or not. You would rather look at what already exists rather than the potential to decide whether something's overrated, right? And then also like, what does overrated mean? Does it mean what I tend to look at then is at the most highly rated anime in the genre, and then those that I think are actually good and have like more deeper storytelling, more interesting themes. And if I see that those aren't necessarily the same, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of more mediocre or more superficial ones that are highly rated, and the ones that I believe are better aren't really that well known. And then then to me the genre is kind of overrated. Not that the genre doesn't merit a high rating as a whole, but it's just that people go for the easy escapism, like easy power fantasy stuff, right?
So yeah, so the two that I've watched, and my two examples coming to this, are the ones that I like. Probably one of my favorites isekais are Planet of the Beast King and Log Horizon. And Sword Art's there. The first 14 episodes, to clarify, all that Sword Art is to me. But that is not so much the isekai, just that it envelops everything, like everything possible is put into Sword Art, which is amazing. How do you feel about Log Horizon and Planet of the Beast King?
No,
I've-
we're still talking about Sword Art Online because I'm gonna ask you
Okay.
this question. All right, do you know a show
Jeez.
called A Cell World? Do you know a show called A Cell World?
Nope.
All right, so the premise of the Cell World is that it's very similar to Sword Art Online. It just so happens that there's like a lot of overlapping scenes between Sword Art Online and A Cell World, but basically, it's these high school students and they go into like this VR world and they play games and there's this hierarchy stuff, okay? But a lot of the times they're in like the real world and then they're in the VR world. So then would you consider that an isekai?
Interesting.
That's baffling to me
Why?
because it just seems like a lot of things can be considered isekai then. So
Mhm.
like
Sure.
Inuyasha, would you consider that isekai?
If you really wanted
would
to, I'd
have to be
consider
a
it
I
more
was,
of a
actually,
shonen.
I was 100% going to ask that.
Yeah.
God damn it. That senpai, you suck. You beat me to
Okay,
it.
all right, you could be on the team because like I really wouldn't consider Sword Art Online or SL world as isekai because it's their ability to go
Ever seen
between the
Dead
worlds. It's more
Leaves?
so just like a futuristic
Nope, never seen
gaming
it.
anime
Well,
rather
okay,
than
wait.
like
So
into
the
another
first
world.
14 episodes of Sword Art are not going in between. They are just in the other world.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, hold on, because you can't just cherry pick what you consider is Sword Art Online. You could cherry
Well,
pick what you
I
like
can.
about Sword Art Online and what is bad about Sword Art Online, but you can't just say the first 14 episodes, those are the only ones that exist, and then
Wait,
forget
I
the
absolutely
rest.
can,
Because
and
the
I
rest,
clarified
no, you
that several
can't.
times. Now,
Okay,
if you want
no,
to
you're not.
contest
You're
that
not
you
in
want to talk
reality
about all
anymore.
of Sword
What
Art,
the fuck?
Okay.
You're not in
I
reality
can
anymore.
absolutely say the
No.
only thing of Sword Art that I care about are the first 14 episodes.
All
That's
right,
all
you're
I ever talk
delusional.
about.
Okay,
That's
all
not
right.
delusional. I clarified it, or I qualified it. If you want to like say, well, I want to talk about all of Sword Art, that's fine. We can talk about all of Sword Art, but don't like say what like my contextualization can't occur because it did.
Let's go to Tiberius.
Yeah, so I kind of want to like take the gravity with Chow for a second here because I really wanted to ask the question, like, you know, is Digimon an isekai? Is Inuyasha an isekai? I would say that I mentioned this before you got here. Escaflowne definitely is. It's in the other world almost the entire time. But Digimon goes back and forth. And you know, you get your little powerful critters on the side. You also have Inuyasha, which is Kagome can largely just go home whenever the fuck she wants and back and forth. So at least for me, I want to know if we're going to put these in a different subcategory or what we're talking, or if we're
Yeah. So getting back to that, I think it definitely like what's the point of the show? Like where is the story being done? And for both of Inuyasha and Digimon, as far as I'm aware of them, it would definitely qualify to me.
Okay, let's go to Name because Name is obviously like an expert on isekai. So Name, go ahead again. Like the definition. Like, what do you think?
Well, look, like going back to what I said, all I can do is reiterate what I said earlier, right? Because the definition of the genre itself isn't there. There isn't like a set in stone definition. We're all fans of anime, and it's up to us to figure what we agree on. The etymology is just another world. There's nothing in the word isekai that implies that you can't go back to your original world. Though usually the trope is indeed that it's a one-way trip. And usually sometimes the characters want to come back to their original world, and that's usually the end of the entire story. That's like their end goal of the entire adventure. But so I would agree with that limitation that usually you don't see people going back and forth in an actual isekai. I don't know that's really that important
is
though.
called
In an
isekai
actual
sometimes.
isekai, okay.
Isekai sometimes, okay? That's where you put Sao, Inuyasha, Digimon, Escaflowne. But Escaflowne is like 99%, so...
Yeah, I was going to say,
Escaflowne
is
We'll give it to it, because Escaflowne is fucking poggers, alright? I love Escaflowne. Watch that
So,
shit when I was younger so many times.
Chow, isekai is something that, or sometimes that's not isekai.
It is Isekai 50%.
Okay, so
I just said it's Isekai sometimes, and then if it's not Isekai, well, it's not Isekai. If you're in
Wait,
your
Name
original
Man,
world, you're
yeah.
no longer in another world.
Wait, yeah, okay, wait. Can you guys justify you and Neyman? Like, why are you setting up that barrier? What's that value of like it has to only exist in the other world? There can be no crossing back and forth.
Well, I really just don't like it how you decided to use SAO as an example of an Isekai.
Okay, so your definition is just reactionary. That's fine. Neyman, what's yours?
I set it up simply because it's what I observe in the stories that I read that are isekai, right? It's always some kind of one-way trip, whether it's reincarnation, whether it's a time travel thing.
No, wait, this is you've made the definition your answer. Like, okay,
Yeah,
so like why
because
why
We're
is Sword Art?
discussing what is and isn't Isekai. Like, of course he's going to come up with a definition.
No, but he didn't
What
answer.
Are you on?
Okay, so he said, okay,
No.
I mean, if I can like say what your answer was back to you and see if you agree.
Yeah,
you
no,
said,
I understand.
Isekai is this because when I read it, that's what I read. Right?
Yeah, it is tautological for sure.
Okay.
But I understand that. But we're not talking about something. There isn't some like mathematical axiomatic formula on what an isekai is.
Sure,
It's just,
but we could. So like my question is like, what about in Sword Art going back and forth between the game world and the real world as those two mix later on? loses that juxtaposition, loses that storytelling, loses those characterizations. Like, why is there a distinction? What is that distinction to you?
Okay,
Does that make
honestly,
sense?
I have a lot of trouble answering that question because I have a confession to make
Or-
as a bad weeb. I've never actually watched Sword Art Online.
Based. So I might be a little bit
on.
more on.
That might be a good weeb.
I might be. I might be. I might
Tiberius,
be.
go ahead.
Are there good weebs? No, okay.
God damn it! Yes. Okay.
That's not the
There's
topic.
certainly
That's
bad
not
weebs.
the
I'm looking
topic.
at one right now.
Guys, that's not the topic.
My opinion might be a little bit more with Elysium, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. So let me put it this way.
That's fine.
I think that the general point of Elysium is that the primary plot of the story, of an isekai. What the hell's wrong with me? The general point of an isekai is that comes from the other world, and I would actually label Digimon, and I think a lot of people will label Digimon as an isekai because while you go over to the other world and then you come back, is that the entire plot revolves around themes that are centered around what happens in that world. The Myotis monarch, when he comes to the original world, to the human world, it's still revolving around what the isekai of the other world has set forth. And so I would say, even though we've come back, is that it came back with it. And so, yes, I'm going to completely keep Digimon, at least Digimon 1, wholesale.
Tiberius, when did you watch Digimon?
I agree.
Huh?
When did you watch Digimon?
Back in, 99, 2000 when it came
Okay,
out?
all right.
I watched it again.
Back when it was on
Okay.
Fox.
Cool. No. That's fine. Back then, did you call it isekai?
Of course we didn't call it isekai. We didn't have the term.
Okay, all right, nice. During when we did have the term,
sorry,
before
Kyle.
this panel, would you
Spirited
did you
Away, I've
call it
watched
isekai?
that.
Yeah,
I
yes.
love it. I love.
Before this panel, you have
yes,
called
I-
Digimon
I-
isekai.
I-
didn't
Like,
you?
you've thought about it. Digimon is isekai.
Yes, I've literally watched a review the better part of a year ago where they talked about the best isekai, and literally Digimon Adventures Season 1 is number 1 for that person who reviewed it.
Damn, Chow falling apart in real time.
Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Kino,
all right.
Kino.
At least we're consistent. Okay. That's all I was testing. All right. Elysium,
Okay.
you can suck my fucking cock. All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Do you guys feel?
Hey,
How do you
chill.
guys? Do you guys remember Code Lyoko? Where would you qualify that?
That's French. That's
Yeah,
French.
that's right.
Blasphemy.
There we go.
Okay, let's go to Kino.
Phase.
That's
hate that
isekai,
show.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to Kino. then.
Everything
I'm
is
just
isekai.
chilling right now. I'm just listening. You guys have your own narrative going right now. but
I wanted to ask you if Digimon is a isekai.
I don't care. Like it's just like we're just trying to define shit, and that's what debates always like pass out to. I don't care. Like if we want to say that Digimon is an isekai, great. But somebody made the point earlier that like it's not this hard defined genre of anime. So I don't like. Do we want to call Digimon an isekai, friends?
Yes.
Inuyasha, Code
Yes.
Lyoko. How you
Yes.
feeling? How's everybody feeling right now?
I'm leaning definitely with Digimon being one, and I'm leaning pretty solid into Inuyasha being one, because a lot of what goes on with Inuyasha, if not 90% of the plot, is all around what happens in the feudal era.
Okay. So where did we leave off? So Elysium, you might wanna say something?
We left off with everyone agreeing that those qualify as isekai and that they're good.
Everyone. Who said everyone?
Uh-huh.
I would just like to add something like since we're like still arguing over definitions. You do. It's not part of the word isekai, but you do still want to have the concept of some kind of power thing. Not we may not the full on like power fantasy where your cell phone you like type in and like a tank appears in front of you or whatever dumb shit they did in that one, but. You want the you're not just reincarnating in another world, right? You're also coming in there with something that makes you special. You're
Wait, I totally disagree. Why? Why did they have to be so? If we look at Beast King, I think one of the coolest thing about Beast King in the beginning is that there isn't anything particularly special, and that like creates I don't want to spoil something, but it like creates an interesting dynamic. Do you know what I'm referring to?
I don't, because I haven't seen that either.
Okay, never mind. Okay. Just then is in general, why do they have to have a special power? Why can't you just put a person in a different setting and explore that?
Because that's just like you said. You cited Beast King as a as an example of what it is. It's just how those stories go, right? I've never seen the word isekai used to describe stories of being transported in another world until they started having that trope of an access to power. And now, just to nuance it, the access to power doesn't have to come immediately with the reincarnation. It can be that the person gets reincarnated and then they come into power. They might not even have a specific predisposition or advantage. They just work hard. It might be kind of a shonen-y trope of their like a training montage and everything, and they like get super magical powers because they trained a lot. That works too.
I guess.
But they become
my fault
special.
would be, can you have a slice of life isekai named Menon?
That exists, and but every
But it's
single
not real
time,
isekai? Okay.
No,
I got
it's
you.
real
Okay.
isekai,
Yep.
but every single time the main character is super fucking OP. Those are the slice of life
Okay.
isekai are those where the characters are the most ridiculous, actually. Because they have no problems in life. They just arrive, and there's like one where there's this little girl who ends up cultivating a bunch of slimes, and then they discover, that actually like cultivating slimes can revolutionize the technology of the world, and she's like in the courts of kings and queens, and they all are, wow, you're so amazing, and that's like the whole fucking story.
Okay.
And it's like slice of life. It's like really cutesy. It's this little girl walking around, and she's actually like
Okay,
a
so, like,
50-year-old
let's
man
say
in a little girl's
hypothetically
body.
then.
But
Oh, cringe. Okay. Hypothetically,
know.
could you just have a normal slice of life with nothing special in an isekai setting, and would that could you explore interesting things with that?
Wouldn't that just be a fantasy slice of life then, not an isekai?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like trying to explore what's the difference between the two to you. Like, so you're just
Yeah,
saying
well,
if they don't
that's why
have power.
That's why it was important for me to point out the power thing, because it really is a defining factor for when you dive into the isekai genre that distinguishes it from like more classical fantasy or science fiction.
Yeah. Okay. So earlier on, when we had like opening statements, I heard somebody say have the boomer perspective, or maybe it's because the fact that he is like slightly more conservative than us, saying that the old isekais were
You
better
always
than the new
shit on
ones.
This isn't
Tiberius.
political.
I shit on
Anime
everybody.
isn't political.
Okay, keep going.
Tiberius, no, I'm just having fun.
Yeah,
Tiberius, no,
Chin's really good to me. I wouldn't be here otherwise if
Yeah, this is super fun. We're all having a great time. Thanks, Chin.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so
yeah,
go on,
ahead.
throw your shade. What do you got?
So basically, why are the older ones, Mr. Nostalgia Goggles? Why are the older ones better?
Yeah. Okay. So part of it is a little bit of nostalgia, but I think like the commentary of Digimon that even I as a kid could pick up on was, it's 1999, 2000, right? It's still relatively new. Things are going, or all of this is, we don't know where it's going to go, and this brings us a possible future not too long down where, is the digital world going to be a VR kind of thing where we can actually go into it and do all this stuff? I think this actually raised a lot of questions for people as to where is this all going? And then it also gets into a lot of conversations of, will it bring dangers and fears and all this other stuff? And geopolitically, we've absolutely seen that, particularly in the last 10 years. But that's...
Yeah, remember when we would call things cyberspace?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Stop making me feel fucking old. Anyway,
I thought that the point of Digimon was to collect them all.
that's Pokemon.
Oh, that's Pokemon. Jeez. That has to be a shitpost, please.
Okay, yeah, and then
Oh,
the
no,
other
it's
side of
not.
that is Escaflowne. I'm not going to say is amazing. I have problems with it, but I do like it. And I'll be honest with this one. The biggest reasons why I like it is because it's incredibly meta. The Escaflowne suit itself is like mechanically controlled. It's not a Gundam. It's not powered by a fucking nuclear reactor.
Wait, but do you
That-
consider it mecha?
Do I consider it a mecha?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I kind of have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a very light-handed mecha, but it definitely is one. And so, at least for me, yeah, I do like it. The show's incredibly meta. I need to rewatch it again. I haven't watched it for about the last 4 years, if I remember. And then Inuyasha, why is it good? God, I'm gonna sound incredibly cheesy here. I do like the plot. I do like the story that it goes through. Inuyasha has an incredible amount of character development with all 4 major cast characters. Inuyasha almost is complete. Right. No. Inuyasha goes through an immense amount of character development. Actually, here I'll give it this. It's not even one of the main characters that has the most character development. Shishomaru is a completely different character when he ends versus when he starts. Moroku goes through a lot. The biggest is probably Sango out of the core 4 that completely changes. I love these characters. I remember them to this very day, and I didn't watch the show for the better part of 10 years, and I still wanted to go back to finish it up when they had the final act. So yeah, like this stuck with me, and I think this show, or that show in particular, was pretty damn good. Then they fucked it up with the final act.
So why are the new ones shit then?
At least from what I've seen, and you know, when we talk about the dude with the cell phone and what have you, they're power fantasies, and that's fine, but you have to do something constructive with it. You have to question the motive. You have to question the narrative of what these power fantasies are. And what I keep consistently saying is, drop somebody in a world, you basically let them turn it into their playground, and what's the point? And that's the problem I keep getting to, is that I'll be in episode 3, episode 4, and I'm asking myself, why do I want to watch this? And I can't find any constructive answer beside, ooh, it looks pretty. And it's really where I keep going. And if that sounds like incredibly reductive, I apologize, but that's really where I am, is that when I watch a show, I am going to
Mushoku Tensei.
I haven't watched it yet. That's...
people who will come onto an anime panel and then be like, "Oh,
hey, I'm sorry, I'm not the super giga anime Chad. That's you. Hey,
I'm gonna call Elysium as well, because like, he could only refer to. Okay, Elysium, I'm gonna shit on you again. You love this. I know you love this. Okay, you ever watch Nagatoro?
Nope.
No. Okay, Nagatoro has like 1/2 episode of isekai. They're stuck in a video game. Is Nagatoro an isekai?
I don't know. I haven't seen
Paranoia
it.
Agent.
Huh?
Tyler, have you seen Paranoia Agent?
Yeah, I love.
Oh,
Paranoid
you're gonna do
Agent.
the same thing to me? I haven't watched Paranoid Agent, but come on,
That's
like
not
Elysium.
You didn't
Wait,
watch
Be
it.
honest here, Elysium.
I told you about
Nagatoro,
Paranoid
is it an
Agent.
isekai or not? Because like at least
Offended.
okay, if I'm going to if I'm going to apply your logic,
I want to
that
leave.
all you really need to be for an anime to be isekai is for it to be in another world in some portion.
No, you didn't
Nagatoro-
listen to my logic at all. Because when asked about this stuff, I said, "What was the point? Like,
He
is the
contextualized
point
it more than
to be
that.
in the other world? Yeah, is the point of the story the other world, or is the point of the story something else? Like, where is the main development happening? Where is the juxtapositions? Where is the growth stuff? So like that's the criteria, and that's what I'm using to like compare these. Like, if we're looking at Sword Art, the majority of the growth and development in the story building in Sword Art is in the other world. That's the purpose. So that's why I
Are
call
we
it an
talking
isekai.
about literary genres like Call to Action right now? Because I think, yeah, Inuyasha, right? Inuyasha was mentioned about Shishomaru's character development as opposed to Inuyasha, and that's a Call to Action type of story. Is that what we're talking about right now?
well, I don't
Cool,
know
yeah.
exactly. I don't know
If there's
exactly
just
how-
one episode where they're like in a video game or something, and like that, that doesn't like necessarily make it the point of the show or the point of even that episode, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I think that contextualizing the point is usually the wrong way to go. I feel like the storytelling methods or literary. It's really hard to say as an Italian. I'm sorry. Literary devices is a better way to contextualize
Yeah.
a genre, right?
That sounds great.
Okay. So what are you talking
That's
about?
kind of what I
using
mean
the point
when I
then, or,
say
like,
the
do we
point.
need
That's
to
kind of what I'm
develop
saying.
that more? Okay.
Yeah. So I would say that I'm reiterating myself. The literary device of an isekai is the other world brings you the plot. It brings you the character development because it's going to put you through the ringer. It's going to put you in different circumstances that you've never been through. And so that's why I separate that as its own genre and calling Digimon isekai, even when it can go back and forth. So,
Ciao.
I'm down with the sickness.
All right, another one. Fate Stay, the Fate series, isekai.
Oh,
No.
I don't think so, because that happens in our world.
What?
It's just pulling stuff
Wait,
into
wait,
our
wait,
world, right?
wait. But isn't it isekai for other characters? So
Well,
now
they're
it's only isekai for humans?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Definitely.
What?
Outlast Star then?
What other
Outlast Star.
species? What? And I don't know.
No,
is
it's not
isn't
it's not because
Fate
it's
more of like
the different
Okay.
species. It's because they're like the supporting characters, the ones that get
Yeah.
transported into our world. The main characters are like stay in our world, right?
and yeah, and it's not even they're just like historical.
Oh no, you're fucked up
Yeah.
because you probably didn't watch Fate. Okay, does anybody want to spoil Fate?
I don't care.
Sure, go for
Yeah,
it.
go
you
ahead.
can do it.
Okay, so because the main character for Fate, actually, there's two of them. There's one from the future and one in the present. And so then the future main character came back to the present because they got summoned.
Wow. Okay.
So
Oh.
is that
Oh,
isekai?
okay, go.
I mean, possibly I'm wrong, but from all the Fate that I've watched, I'd say no.
This is
So
very.
I'm gonna just throw the wrench in here, okay?
Do it.
Is Dead Man Wonderland an isekai? Does it literally have to be another universe and another world, or can it just be like a dystopian, different environment that is so different you might as well consider it a different world?
I'd be down with that. I don't know the anime you're talking about, but
I
from the
hate it.
description you give.
Oh, okay.
I only watched I only read like the first few chapters, but if I recall correctly, the characters don't remember living in a different world, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
do?
the
Okay, I misremember
the
then.
kiddo, it's the very first part of it. The kiddo has all of his schoolmates murdered in front of him, and he's the sole survivor.
Oh,
and
it's
he
that
gets
one.
blamed for the murders. Yeah, Dead
No,
Man
yeah,
Wonderland.
I confused it with something else. Sorry. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, he gets transported into like another world being the prison, but also a subset of that world being all of the place that like the dead man lives. So I mean, it's not that deep, but just, is that an isekai?
It could, yeah, you could stretch it there, but I would say that it isn't because it's still part of the original world. Like,
Okay, so it
from the
has to be
character's
literally
perception.
another reality
Yeah,
or
yeah.
universe in that case. If we're I don't know.
Hey,
Well,
He's
Elysium.
gonna play 20
Uh,
questions
your-
on
your
is this an
background.
isekai?
Yeah. There's another one. Hey, Elysium, I like your background. It's from Full Metal
Yeah?
Alchemist, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Which one is it from? Brotherhood or 2003?
Brotherhood doesn't exist. Fuck Brotherhood.
Whoa! You're gonna have to
All right,
calm
that's a
that
hot
down.
another topic. Is that from 2003 or Brotherhood?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. What's the
Okay,
question?
All right. The question is for 2003. Is that an isekai?
No,
You didn't watch the movie?
I did, but the main
Oh.
characters
Wait,
are that world.
What?
Conqueror Shambhala, is that what you're talking about?
What do you mean the main
Yeah,
character?
Shambhala.
Edward Elric
Okay.
literally goes to another world.
Yeah, but that's
the
not
That's the
movie.
main character.
okay. But so we're getting back to like the point. The point of traveling between the realities in Full Metal Alchemist is not like the development of the show. That's not the story, right?
Mhm.
It is mostly self-contained. All the characters we care
Oh,
about,
That's
all
where
the
you're wrong
development we
because,
care about.
because in 2003, that's the source of alchemy powers is from another world.
Yeah, but the source of alchemy, like the power from alchemy being traded between the worlds, isn't like that's not a central like that understanding is central, but that's not the story of Full Metal Alchemist.
That's not part of the plot necessarily.
Yeah.
It's an explanation
of
for
course
where
it is
alchemy
part of the
comes
plot.
from.
It's
Wait.
part of the
No, no,
mechanism.
no,
That's
like,
a literal
it's-
physics
It is
engine.
within the plot, but as far as like a narrative is concerned, it explains alchemy. It's not a part of the narrative.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get this real quick, and that is regarding the show itself. I'm with Elysium and Kino on this, but if we're talking about the movie itself, I'm largely with Chow on this one. This is probably very close, if not an isekai in its own right, because the entire plot is literally Adolf Hitler's putsch in Munich, Germany, during the events of what this movie is, and that
Okay.
is like that is literally, if you want to call it a reverse isekai, I totally can get on board with that.
That's what I was about to say. Is reverse isekai I think is really interesting because you take the initial episode of Full Metal Alchemist where the audience is unaware of this new world, so they have to use a fish out of water narrative to help us appreciate and understand the world that we are now being transported to as an audience. But yeah, the movie came out, and I think that they did such a fucking good job with changing the narrative to a call to action rather than the fish out of water that we were so used to. So yeah, I'm totally into reverse isekai if that's where we want to go with the movie.
Chow? Why does he look pissed?
He always
I
looks
don't
pissed.
know. Wait,
Have
why?
you seen
His
why
his
do I
world
need
is
to respond?
crumbling. Okay.
I don't know why I need to respond.
Oh, I was. I thought you might have something to add on that one. So never mind.
crumbling.
Thank you, my co-host Tiberius. Thank you for that. So no, but
It's
that
sorry,
being
I'm not
said,
trying to take away your show.
no. That being said, we are going to move on because sometimes I feel I'm in another world when it comes to streaming with these people on these platforms. So
We're
might be
psychos.
an isekai. I don't know.
Yeah,
But regardless of that, let's go to our second topic of today.
Ooh.
And it's basically we're going to talk about shonen.
Shonen's dumb.
Okay, so before I do that, thank you for the follow, and I would appreciate if anybody is listening right now, if they can follow me if they want to. If they don't want to, go fuck yourself. So no, just kidding. Let's go. Let's go to the second topic, which is basically the same for the isekai, but we're gonna replace it with shonen. So, is shonen overrated? So let's go to our anime friend first. So Elysium, you can do opening statements, and
Okay.
let's get some other people.
Yeah. So my general take here is when anime was an infant, when we were infants, shonen was cool, and as anime grew up and as we grew up, we learned that it was overrated. But there was the foundational pieces for, Naruto, Dragon Ball to build it up, and now we get so much more out of anime than just shonen, and it's overrated.
Okay, let's go to Kino.
Hey, so I think that he actually just made a really interesting point. I think that shonen is something that we as adults have grown out of, much like teenage literature is something that we also grow out of. I think that shonen was made for a younger audience, and we as adults tend to consume it, if we do it all, nostalgically, because we still have or are able to recall those those elated feelings that we get when we do consume something that's nostalgic. So I think that when we're looking at, we actually do have to contextualize our own experience when we're talking about shonen, and look at it from either a nostalgic view or analyze it as it is in modern times, which is actually still kind of difficult because anime, the art style, as well as storytelling, has evolved since the teenage years. So we are going to, I think all of us are going to have a bias that we need to check when we're having this discussion.
Okay, let's go to Tiberius.
Okay, I got to throw. I largely agreed to somewhat with the two prior statements, but I got to throw some shade. Shonens are usually not that good, and granted, they're made for a particular audience, which Kino got to. And the problem is that for that particular audience, sometimes the themes aren't that good, and so at least I don't feel like I've grown out of shonen nearly as much as I just recognized that I have grown as a person, and shonen got left behind. Because one of the best.
That's literally growing out of it.
Wait, no. I want to make a point here. Okay. The reason why I say that is because one of the more recent shonens, and we might have to debate on if this is actually a shonen.
Oh, don't do it.
One Punch Man
Don't do
is
it.
one of
yeah.
the, is one of the best fucking
No.
shonens I've seen.
That's not a
Wait,
shonen.
Oh, I
No,
totally
no,
agree
no,
with
no,
you.
no,
I
no.
totally
It's
agree.
not open.
let's-
It's
let's-
opening statements. It's opening
Open-
statements.
Opening
I'll
statements.
fight you though.
Yeah, so I'm
Fabulous.
100%.
Blood Penguin right now. Fight me. Anyway,
I'm
go on.
100% behind the conversation on if we wanted to consider One Punch a shonen, but if we are, it's one of the best shonens out there by far, and we can definitely get into that one too. So I would say the problem that I have with most shonens is that the themes usually revolve around things that are coming of age stories, which is fine. I like those actually a lot, but I'm sorry, I don't need to watch Goku fight Frieza for 4 fucking hours. Like
They don't fight. They yell. You silly
okay,
goose.
it's even
It's an
worse.
experience.
Yes, it is an orgasmic
An
experiment.
experience.
No,
Yeah.
opening statement.
Anyway, I'll close it here because everyone wants to get in on it. So.
Someone's never edged. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so on edge right now. Oh my god.
Like honestly, like Tapirs, I don't know why people are throwing so much shade at you. Like I wouldn't do that. I love
Right.
football,
Never.
so let's go to name first.
All right, I agree with everything that's been said. Obviously, shonen, to do some more etymology memes. Anyone who knows like 2 words in Japanese and knows that shonen means little boy, it's obviously targeted at little boys. But how we all know amazing like young adult novels, stuff, coming of age stories that have so much to give you as adults. Why can't shonen do that? If there's anything that makes the genre overrated, is that there is so few, if any. I really struggle to think of a single shonen that has a lot to give to you as an adult. Why can't they do that? You could have all the same tropes: coming of age, magic powers, young people defeating evil. All that stuff can happen in a compelling story that has a lot to offer to adults, and yet they can't produce that. Maybe a little bit. I thought Seven Deadly Sins was really good in a lot of aspects. It's actually one of the only shonen that has like powerful women figures and interesting. That aren't like zero-dimensional, interesting relationships. Some of them, except between the main character and his main love interest. But there's some like stuff going on there. I think My Hero Academia is really good too. I'm a bit loath to consider One Punch Man as a shonen. It's more like a parody of a shonen. It's like still something different, but
It's a parody seinen, but that's fine.
yeah. I'm okay
Opening
with that too.
statements.
Yeah, opening statements. I'm done. Sorry.
Okay.
We're all coming for you, Ty.
So let's go to Senpai Chan.
Oh my god, there are so many angles I could address this, but I'll only pick one. All right, so obviously, we growing up as anime lovers and watchers have our taste evolved. Guess what? So has anime itself, and that includes shonen. Jesus fucking Christ. Of course, you're going to have right now, what are the great shonens that are like the top tier? I don't even have to go recently. What Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, Kino, all right. Opening statements, by the way. Opening statements, by the way. Number 1 on my anime list. The top rated, not only the top rated, but the most popular show. It's on the top of the list twice in that category.
Which
two
list?
categories, excuse me. My anime list.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Kino, do you have a my anime list?
That's your measurement, huh?
Yeah,
That's,
do you have a my
it's
anime
an
list? Do you have a my anime list?
statement. Opening
Demon
statement.
Slayer, Demon Slayer.
Attack
on Titan. Attack on Titan. One Punch Man was already mentioned before. Okay, we have great shonens right now. Just like with isekai, there are the shit shonens and there are the good shonens. And nowadays, more people have a good sense of what is shit and what isn't good and what is good. And I can tell you that, like, yeah, you can say that the shonens of back then, they were bad, but guess what? Most other anime genres were also bad.
Okay. So
Shonen is not overrated.
Okay. I think we've done all the opening statements, right?
Yes.
So,
Yep.
So
Ready, fight.
So let's go to Kino because Kino wants to fight, right?
I mean, I just wanted to fight Ty about the fact
Go
that
ahead.
One Man Punch is a seinen, not a shonen, and that's it.
Okay.
That's literally it.
Tiberius?
A shonen is aimed at like 12 to 18, and a seinen goes up to like 50. But I also don't think that thematically it fits within the shonen genre.
Okay, so I wanted to get into this, and thank you for indulging me in this. I could totally get behind you on that, and that's why I said, hey, if we need to talk about if One Punch Man is a shonen, then
One
we
Man
can, yes, if we could do that, because I totally could see in every level where the 12 to 18-year-old demographic would love the show, right? And I think this is one of those that absolutely, if it's made for seinen or it's made for shonen, I don't think it matters at this point because it's that good, and that it has themes that even for young adult or for young, I'm going to say young children, but for older children and young adults and maybe even some middle-aged adults, is that it's got a lot of themes that transcend age. Particularly in the idea of what happens if you were to get the power trip fantasy that you've always wanted, and then what happens? Like, he's bored out of his goddamn mind. I love that. I absolutely love this as a literary. So for me, I still would happily throw it into the category as a contender, even if it may have a greater level that it can apply to. And then I've got something for name if we got a second.
Whoa. Go ahead.
Good.
So many seconds for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I don't
say
find
that-
people here.
Yeah, I'm gonna trigger the fuck out of people here. It's not a great show, but as a show that is a shonen that actually does bring something for the adults at the room, Boruto. As in, we've watched Naruto, we've watched Sasuke as characters, and now if you are interested in those characters at all, we have characters to watch. And I actually do love the themes that if you're an adult viewer for this, you're watching Naruto change, and you're watching Naruto and Sasuke deal with being teachers and how they interact with their students and their children. It's actually the most
I love
interesting
how they
part of
named the
series.
show Boruto, but the only reason why people watch the show is because of Naruto and
Naruto.
Sasuke.
I
Yeah,
thought that Boruto was Naruto's dad. Anyway, I just want to add my experience in there real quick because Ty, you made that a point that people who have grown up with and love these characters are the people that are heavily consuming Boruto, and every single die-hard Naruto fan that I know fucking hates the series. Just putting that in there real quick.
oh, I know.
I have no idea who's watching it other than for the pain of just wanting to finish up the story.
I can absolutely tell you
I know
why.
a person.
Yeah,
You know a person?
I wish he
do
was
know a
here.
person. You know as well.
Yeah, I wish he was here. But I think the number one reason
Wait,
why.
really? Oh no, I'm fighting him in his DMs right the fuck now. Okay.
Yeah, hit him. Anyway, I think the number one reason that people don't like Boruto is that for every literary sense, it's literally resetting the story and going back, and you're basically rehashing 90% of what we've already done during the Naruto series. So a lot of people are like, well, it's underwhelming. We're watching kids again. Why do I want this? This so sucks. I agree. And the reason that I do like this is because it is two stories in itself. You have Boruto's story for a new generation and for new kids that may want to watch it, but it's still a story for people that are like us, that are old enough, that have watched Naruto grow, because Naruto is effectively as old as I am. So yeah, I like to watch Sasuke and I like to watch Naruto in that. And while they're not the main characters, which fucking sucks, is that we still get to see these characters progress and grow and change. And I really enjoyed that. And holy fuck, did this last part of the anime arc just hit a bombshell. And I'll end with that.
Okay, who wants to respond?
I got some stuff. So I would definitely count One Punch Man, and that was one of my critiques of saying that we've kind of like outgrown the genre and the genre's overrated. Is like there and similar to what Naaman was saying, could interesting things still happen? And my one example of like interesting things still happening was One Punch Man. Even though I was like incredibly disappointed with the end of season 1, so I haven't touched it since then. But like it was very interesting to put a spin on, the hero is too powerful. Like what actually happens with that? So like what Naaman was saying.
Sorry, watch season 2. It's so good.
Okay, I might. Naaman was like, why can't cool things happen in shonen? And I agree, there's like potential there, but like I think my response would be is because like the more interesting stories are better encompassed in different literary styles than just shonen, and that's kind of like why you see them moving off of it, and like like isekai. And the shonens are fun. Did you guys all watch like the Dragon Ball Broly movie?
Yeah.
Do you just want to say Brawly? Like an
Broly.
A? It's Broly.
Yeah, okay, Broly, whatever.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
I had a Broly statue and I discovered my sexuality because of that. Anyway, go ahead.
Like, these movies are super fun. Animations are super fun. The fight scenes are super fun. But like, that's kind of all they kind of are at the end of the day, in my opinion. And it's very rare you're gonna find something interesting built out of that.
Okay. Name.
I just have a really quick question. Ghost in the Shell, the major. Is she a she? What is her gender assignment?
Well,
She was
I
born
don't think it matters,
female,
but yeah.
and she
Right.
prefers android, like
Okay,
female
I was-
presenting android bodies, right?
Okay. Yeah. I was just gonna drop like, is fucking Ghost in the Shell a shonen? Sorry, that's just, like, came to my brain. Never
Ghost in
mind.
the Shell is not
Never
a
mind.
shonen. No
Yeah,
fucking
definitely.
way. That's a seinen. That's like a pure seinen.
My brain said a stupid thing, and I had to let you guys know. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's like
Oh,
a good
alright.
example.
So, like,
if you ever like Ghost in
Homicidal.
the Shell, if you do want to get a complex, like really like
Good
interesting
pun.
elements in there, you're moving past shonen. Like that, it doesn't seem to have the tools within the genre to make these things.
Okay.
See,
Question
Oh, sorry,
question
go
for the rest of the panel.
Yep.
What is the really important distinction between like target age audience? Because in my opinion,
Ooh,
I couldn't give a fuck more.
I do.
I-
It's
I'm
really
gonna-
important.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
why is it important? I want to know why is it important? Why is it so important to you guys?
Because the younger target age is like the cool fight scenes and the cool abilities and stuff, and the older stuff
Oh,
is gonna
don't.
have.
Oh, okay.
No, you're
Oh,
emphasizing
okay.
them.
Okay.
No.
This is why I was steel manning Kino when she was talking about One
Go
Punch
for
Man being seinen.
Google,
Was
hey Siri, what the fuck is a steel man? What?
Oh my god. Anyway,
it's
That's
like
Stalin.
Iron Man, but
That's
another
Stalin.
metal.
He
Anyway,
was posted in my
let me-
chat earlier.
no,
I
let
had
me
a
finish
formal
Platinum
education,
Man.
okay?
Okay.
Nice
Anyway,
to me.
this is why I'm absolutely
Ah.
fine.
Hey, El
with One Punch being a
Zigmunto.
steel man.
How are
Or,
you?
I'm sorry, One Punch.
We're having an
steel
anime
manning
debate.
that as a seinen
How are you doing?
because of the fact that the characters and the point of view are through people that are older than 18. That makes sense. You know, they are effectively adults. Most shonen are through characters within the target age group between 12 and 18. Naruto is 15 or 16. You know, Dragon Ball largely is Goku through his early childhood up into his teenage years, and then we get to Z, which maybe Z's a seinen. That's a weird conversation, but maybe we'll do it. Yeah, I'll go that route. The question here is, you know, at what point do we get into that? And I might have to go with Chow a little bit and say, at what point does it fucking matter? But if we're talking about what makes one another, maybe it's the point of view of the characters itself.
I think
Okay,
that
so, like-
this entire
so if-
conversation
No.
is infantilizing
Sure.
a specific demographic by saying that they like punchy things and bright lights and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't
but-
want to go down that
Okay,
route.
wait.
That's okay.
I can
So
take
there-
it.
So then,
there
like,
is a-
why
Wait,
would it be
no, no,
related?
no, no, no,
Like,
no, 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 no.
How old are you?
Wait, Kino,
Start muting.
Kino.
Because say,
Kino was talking, so Kino.
Fine.
oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. So Chow, to answer you directly, hi, I'm a marketing director. Demographics account specifically for an age of a market segmentation. It's called so market segmentation. Demographics is underneath that. Age is underneath that. And when we are contextualizing storytelling / market / who we are catering a piece of work to, audience does matter, and it's especially matters when we're talking about a genre. Like there is a reason that adults are not the primary consumer of teenage books or teenage literature. What the fuck do you call it?
Young adult.
Young adult.
Young adult, yeah, like young adult literature. I think that to say that teenagers and children like flashy lights is doing them a disservice because, like Ty was saying about Digimon, he was able to identify a lot of the overlying points, some of the ethical points that they were making, etc., within the genre. I think that like there is further contextualization and development of these ideas within adult anime, like One Man Punch. But I don't remember what your point was, Chow. I was just like trying to answer your question.
Yeah. So okay. So you're taking a marketing angle, but I don't really care about any of those because I'm a consumer, right? I'm not a producer. I'm not an anime studio. I'm not an author. I'm not
That's
a
how we
mangaka.
classify things.
I'm not any of these things. Okay. So
Okay.
as a consumer, why should I care specifically about
Can I
the
counter
age
with a
difference?
question?
Sure.
Do you judge work that is not meant for you?
No.
No, you don't.
I judge all work by like kind of my own standards, but like when
Okay.
I'm watching Naruto, even as a kid, or like even now, like if I'm watching the original Naruto,
Mhm.
I don't really like judge it because it's like, oh, with in mind that this is for kids.
But you're still making a value judgment on something based upon your own thoughts and feels, even though the piece of content was not necessarily made for you. And
Of course.
this gets into kind of a dangerous topic that I don't necessarily want to get into right now. But I think that when we're talking about anime or judging something that was not made for us, needs to be handled delicately.
Yeah, so then does it really matter if whether or not we think if shonen is overrated or not because it's directly targeted towards kids? So therefore, whatever Elysium just said is horseshit.
That's why I opened with contextualizing what we're saying and making sure that our bias does not get in the way, because this is going to be a debate, a topic that we have our own biases in, and shonen, again, not meant for us anymore. We have a nostalgic appeal to it. As far as the older anime is concerned when we were growing up. So when we analyze, or if we were to start talking about new shonen, we need to make sure that we are contextualizing and accounting for, there it is, for the biases that we have against the genre.
So then, like, would it kind of be wrong
I can take
if
both
I
ways.
if I said that I like watching shonen, like even though I'm 24, I like watching
Oh,
shonen.
that's
Is
fine.
there anything wrong with that? It's fine. So then, like, it would still be okay for me to judge shonen because it's okay for me to watch it. Why can't I judge it then?
No, I'm not saying that it's not okay, judgment bad. I'm saying that we need to account for the biases as well as potentially that this isn't made for
In our
you, so you
judgments.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But
That's
then,
bad.
aren't we then like categorizing tastes and then like isn't that kind of counterproductive to what you're kind of saying? In that like we have to be really careful about our biases. Like shouldn't we just not consider
Develop that
age
a little
taste
bit more.
at all?
Develop that a little bit more. What do you mean?
Okay, so then before you said that we have to be really careful about our biases because this wasn't meant for us. However,
Contextualize that further. I'm talking
my
about
take-
modern shonen.
modern shonen. No,
Yes.
this applies to all shonen. No, why does
No,
this
I
only
think
apply
that-
to modern shonen?
Because if we are judging a new piece of work based on our biases of the nostalgia that we feel for old work, that's not fair.
That's not fair.
I don't think it's fair.
Well, it
I mean,
may
from
not
like
be
an
fair.
objective standpoint, it's not fair.
Well,
but
there-
like
there
we're
is
talking
no
about
objective
art, and
standpoint.
it doesn't really fucking matter. Yeah, I know.
Exactly. So then
Mhm.
like one experience and like two, making sure that the genre is like at least consistent, then is really important, right? Because like
I don't think so.
if it doesn't fit, I mean like it's okay for it to evolve. I'm sure, but then
Right.
like it can't look completely different to the point in which like we're taking it back. It's like this is and like for the most part, modern shonen is very similar to old shonen.
I
Right?
agree.
Okay, so then
Yeah,
like
I think that the
so then
delivery
the time
vehicle is very
know
so then
similar.
the,
Yeah.
if I
so then the
agree with
time
that.
difference doesn't really matter.
Okay, Elysium, you're gone somehow. I didn't
You killed
escape
me?
Elysium.
You
No,
disappeared.
Okay.
your VR is gone. Your robot's gone.
I'll be back in
It's
1
probably.
second.
It's
I like
probably
this
because
a
of the-
lot better.
Yeah, it's probably because of the shit takes, right? So
Yeah,
th-
yeah,
they-
yeah,
yeah.
so
Back.
but
Rude.
let's go to name.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to cut off because I think it was an interesting
Yeah.
discussion, but I wanted to respond to something Chao was saying earlier. Chao, you said, like, why do I care as a consumer, as the end consumer of the product, what are the age categories? And that had me thinking, even though, like, etymologically, shonen is an age category, that's not what the genre means, right? 99% of shonen share the same tropes. They're a coming-of-age story about young children acquiring magical powers to defeat forces of evil. Like, every single fucking time, that's what's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is actually the genre, not the age category. It's those tropes that constitute the genre. I think we can probably agree on that, right?
That's my position as well.
Yeah, okay. I think it's fine. I wanted to go back to two things. One, like the idea that because this category is infantilizing, like in its nature. I wanted to defend it to agree. I don't think it's all just pretty lights and battle scenes and special powers and stuff. But like if we look at the themes that are built out of that, like Naruto, friendship is power, like is the overarching theme and stuff. Like you're gonna get your nice simple lessons, we can call them, out of it. But then you look at like the themes of Ghost in the Shell when we're talking about is this shonen, and it's like, well, what's the theme? Like the technological implications on society and stuff like that. Like they're going to be completely different. And they're naturally going to be simplified, basic themes in shonen. right?
Name?
Well, the thing is, I can't help but think of like when I'm thinking of something that is obviously a children's story, but that has so much to offer to adults. It has. I'm sorry, I'm like completely leaving the genre, but it's something I keep like trying to think to compare to. It's The Little Prince. I don't know if you're familiar with that story. But
Yeah, okay.
it's like a really good children's story, but when you read it as an adult, there's also a lot of new themes that start appearing, and that you start making connections that you would never have done as a child, and identifying lessons in there. I just can't wrap my head around why there aren't that many, if any, shonen authors having that kind of ambition of putting in both a good message for the younger audience who will love it, who will be there for the action, and also get their like friendship, wholesomeness, work hard to achieve what you want to achieve, etc. And then for the adults, some like something more that like those things can coexist in the same story. Obviously, you can't tell a complex like transhumanist story in a show. Well, not the same level of complexity in a shonen, but there's plenty of adult themes that you can fit in there, right?
Sure, I totally agree. That's very ambitious. That's probably very hard. But like, I don't know. Let's compare like Naruto and Digimon and the themes that they're able to put in there to like Demon Slayer, where I don't see like anything.
I just want to respond quickly. Like, you're talking about transhumanism in like shonen. Have you ever watched One Piece? Like, there.
Oh shit! True.
Oh no! Oh no! Don't.
No, true. One Piece has themes of transhumanism. Chinchilla. That's absolutely correct. It's not as profound as Ghost in the Shell, but
Yo, even in Naruto, let's just look at Orochimaru.
Yeah, I was to say, yeah, you can just do it for any power now. Okay.
No, not any power.
Full Metal Alchemist as well.
Orochimaru is transforming his body. Full Metal Alchemist as well. Yeah, with yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to revamp your statement, or do you want to move on? Name.
No. I say that more about the level of complexity. I like revises that anyways. As I was saying, that you could have transhumanism in a shonen, right?
Name Manon.
What?
Have you watched Space Pirate Captain Harlock?
No.
Okay, never mind. We could put some of that in there. It's got the wonderful shonen elements, but you could pull some deeper meaning out of it.
Nice.
I think again, if you watch the full One Piece, they talk a lot about justice with the Navy. That can be like really complex as well for like for a show. Like honestly, like of course, if it's like more darker and more for adults, I think it basically allows to explore those topics more. But I don't think they cannot explore those topics. So I'm not fully like agreeing with you name there, but yeah, I don't know.
To be fair, honestly, I used to be a big fan of One Piece. I stopped reading it sometime around the millionth chapter, so the first 10% of the story. I maybe someday if they discover the secret of immortality, I'll actually finish it. But I don't think I'll have enough time in my life to finish that story.
Yeah, I watched the anime like 3 times, so you can do it. But who wants to get in right now? Because I don't know where we left off. Like, do we talk about like the depth of shonen, if that's possible? So maybe go to
I can jump back. Full Metal Alchemist is brought up, and that is also as like my counterexample list of like, you know, I would consider this to be a good shonen. But like I think it's more than that. Because there's so much. There's the strength of Full Metal Alchemist is like the character developments and how many like amazing characters that you actually end up enjoying in different ways that interact with each other in that show, and like the plot. So like it could qualify as a shonen, but it feels like it's a much more developed show than a lot of other shows, and that's where like its strength lies than in anything in shonen. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
You just said that the good thing about isekai is that it could like revolve around a lot. It can evolve a lot of other genres. But
Mhm.
like, doesn't that also apply to shonen as well?
I mean, that can
Just
be
as
an
what
element of it.
Wait, is that not an element of it, or is it like is it inherent that shonen has a potential to also include a bunch of other genres such as fantasy, slice of life, etc., etc.
I don't know about
Just like with what you said about isekai.
not to the same degree. I don't think at all. No,
Okay, so what makes shonen different from isekai then?
because it's about like a battle, like by its nature. It's about that like coming of age conflict, where like nothing has to be that predefined for an isekai. You can have much more slice of life elements in isekai than you could in a shonen.
I mean, what's predefined about isekai is that it's going to be going to another world.
Current topic
So like
is
they both have predefining
shonen.
things,
Are
but they're
shonen
still
overrated
able to
or
be an octopus and go into other areas as
or
well.
not?
So then,
not
like,
to the same degree, but yeah.
Okay, so then,
Oh,
like,
we got
tell
kind of
me
off
again.
topic, but still about shonen.
So like exactly. So like if we're looking at Full Metal Alchemist, it's what makes it great is not like the shonen elements. It's like all the other elements pretty much, and all
That's
the
just
character
not
development
true.
stuff. Well, okay. Yeah,
You don't
Okay,
like
so-
you don't like the fight scenes in Full Metal Alchemist?
that is not what makes me like Full Metal Alchemist. No, yeah.
What makes you like Full Metal Alchemist?
Like the development of the story, of the slow mystery of understanding of what's happening in the world, and seeing the characters working in their own different ways altogether to try to confront that.
So then,
and
if I
like,
took out all the fight scenes and then showed you that version of Full Metal Alchemist, you would like that?
it wouldn't be as good, but you would retain the core of that.
Yo,
series,
Slav
I
Machine
believe, yeah.
69, thanks so much. I
No,
love you too.
because one of the whole premises about Full Metal Alchemist is the conversion of energy, as well as being strong and being able to actually fight against the things that you want to stop in order to actually enact change. So, like, of course, the fighting is a central part of Full Metal Alchemist. It's not just going to be like, not
mean-
just going to retain a little part of it. Like, if you watch, this is what Brotherhood really did. Like, they cut out this part. But in 2003,
My Hero
when they're
Academia
on
is
the
really fucking
island
good,
and they're looking
Jades.
at the ants, and they're
I'll
looking at the
100% agree with
stars,
you.
the stars and thinking about stuff.
I
One of the
cited it
central
earlier.
points from that moment is
It's
that
really
they
good.
need to survive. They need to be fit. They need to consume energy in order to use energy.
Yeah.
So then, like, that's the whole fighting premise of Full Metal Alchemist.
Wait, but that premise wasn't done in a fight scene, was it? Right?
No,
Like,
it wasn't.
the
but
lessons-
then
I'm
it
saying-
establishes the foundation for all of their other fights. Why do they train with Uzumi Curtis? Why do they have to get strong? Because even if they still had their, oh, we don't want to sacrifice anything, we don't want to use human lives in order to for our own selfish gains, blah 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 blah. They need to actually have some utility or some
No,
strength.
they
in
have
order
to get strong
enact
because
that.
they're trying to get their bodies back because they're trying before their mother. Like that.
Yeah,
that's
and
their
if they're weak
motivation.
and if they don't fight, then they're fucked, right? So it seems like
not
fighting is
necessarily.
really important.
Okay, fighting's
so wait,
important.
wait,
That's
wait,
not the central. That's not the development of Full Metal Alchemist. That's not the story of Full Metal Alchemist. Just a bunch of fight
In
scenes.
what shonen is fighting just the central part?
Dragon
Most
Ball Z?
Naruto.
No, that's just not true.
Okay.
Most
the
of the
dude in the
time,
top left,
Naruto is just
Senpai
using
Chao.
Taku no Jutsu, and he gets
He's
the way that
a
he
master
does.
debater, okay?
Most of the
He's,
time, they actually don't want to fight at all.
he wants to fight
A lot of
IRL.
running. Lot of
Sure,
running.
it's-
It is a lot of
Yeah.
running too.
Okay.
Okay, so if you remove all the fighting from, let's say, Full Metal, would it still
Let's go
be like
DBZ.
shonen? Oh, well, then you don't have a show if you.
you have what's his name?
I
The,
would
the
say you
Grand
don't have a
Pursuing.
show
Well, no, I
without any
still- I
fighting
think
Full
that
Metal
you
Alchemist
do.
either.
or they are doing a lot of
But with
editing.
fighting with
So,
Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah, if there's
Uh,
no fighting in Full Metal Alchemist, that means you have no fights between Scar and his
Are we talking
vendetta
about
against-
volume? Back up, because you're getting
Yeah.
way more specific than I thought that you would. Are we talking about volume of fighting? And the volume needs to be like constant fighting in order for it to be a shonen? Is that what's going on right now?
I don't think there needs to be constant fighting
I think-
or be a
okay,
shonen.
how I
would-
Even
how I
in
would
Dragon
set up
Ball
this
Z,
premise.
there's not constant fighting. Yeah,
How I
It
would
sounds
set
like
up this
we're having a
premise.
volume discussion, and I just
Yeah.
want to
How
help
about-
a little
okay.
bit.
my understanding of the premise is if every fight in whatever show we're talking about happened off scene, how would the show be? So like if all we ever heard about Scar was that he was killing alchemists and stuff, it would definitely not be as good. But like
Yeah, it'll be
the-
trash.
the-
I wouldn't care
Okay.
about Scar at all.
well, you would, because you know he's still killing off alchemists and stuff. And the central story, the mystery of the philosopher.
Because in the
oh, okay.
beginning, I wouldn't hate Scar as much if he didn't run up into Edward and then just like completely destroy him. I'd be like, he's just like something on the side. That's it. Like, of course, us.
I
being
agree it's
able-
less, but the
us
purpose.
being able, us no.
Okay.
That is the purpose. The purpose is to have the characters commit some sort of actions that then results in some sort of reaction from the audience, and then we judge the characters and the story based on that. Like, of course.
Yeah, can I butt in?
Yeah.
I think you're getting there, Chow. Or like you guys are trying to dissect, like separate the development of the characters from and the story from the development from the fighting. When one of the things that makes Full Metal Alchemist such a fucking good, probably the best shonen ever made, is that it's intertwined. There's no waste of time. There are no fights just for fighting's sake. They're advancing the characters, they're advancing the plot, and vice versa. Then the character and when the characters are just discussing and talking and exchanging, they're advancing themselves and work building up to the next conflict as well. You don't get you don't just get fan service or fighting for the sake of fighting. So I think it's weird to try to like separate the two.
Okay,
Easy.
I can agree with that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. So anybody got anything on this?
Is there any shonen in which there's just fighting for the sake of fighting?
I mean, I don't.
Plenty of
There's
them, I'm sure,
we were
yeah.
talking about Dragon Ball a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, you think there's
I would
no reason
definitely
as to
think that-
why they fight?
No, it's not about the no reason as to why they fight. I mean, as when I say
they
a
don't
reason as to why
develop
they fight, I
anything
mean
out
from
of
the
it.
perspective of the author. Is the author developing the characters during the fight? Not during every fight. A lot of fights, yes. Like it's, talking about Dragon Ball, sure. The reason why people always remember the iconic fight between where Gohan destroys Cell, it's because there's this huge. It's a culmination of a huge personal arc of his, right? That's why that fight is important. Not because of the fight scenes, but because of all the character arc that led to that specific moment and the intertwining of that with the apex of the conflict, and that's good storytelling. But that's not every
don't
fight.
bring up Dragon Ball. So then don't bring up Dragon Ball when I'm asking for. Is there any shonen in which there's
Because
when
there's
like,
other fights that are
meaningless
really
fights?
Yeah.
that are just there
Like
for the
what?
fight's sake. The fucking
Like
all the
what?
fucking filler fights. When they're like going back
Oh,
to
with Hercules, whatever the fuck.
yeah
Hercule.
Skill games,
That's,
yeah.
that's, he's a comedic.
you could say that's
tool.
yeah
Of
that's
course
comedic
going to
relief.
happen.
I'm thinking of there's a classic trope in shonen where the filler fight just to show off how like oh my god how strong
Anything
the
with
characters
Krillin?
are. Sorry.
Literally anything where Krillin gets booked.
Yeah, for example.
Hold up, Krillin is the strongest human there is, okay? And like for people to then like shit on Krillin just because he's not some super alien with massive godlike genes or
that's-
something, like holy moly,
But that's not the topic.
give Krillin credit. No, because like you
No,
guys are
oh,
bringing up so
no.
many bad examples, and like once I just contextualize what it actually means and like what are the further details, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Then it just becomes clear that what you guys are saying is complete BS.
Okay,
what the
give
fuck-
us a good example. Give us a
What's
good
the
example.
name of that team? I can't remember the Ginyu team or whatever when in
The
Frieza's
Force?
underlings.
Yeah, Ginyu
I-
Force.
Yeah,
Wait,
the
wha-
Ginyu Force.
what?
I thought that like that fight you could remove it from the entire story, all those characters, and nothing of value is lost.
though.
That
Sorry?
was Dragon Ball Z.
Was it
That was Dragon Ball
DBZ?
Z.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Z.
it's
Oh, that was
That's
a
right.
minute
It's
ago.
DBZ.
It was
Okay.
on Planet Namek.
Oh yeah, Rikome Dodi. Yeah.
Except they beat the shit out of Vegeta.
Oh yeah, true.
Like
there's
what? It
still
gives
nothing
us
of value is
context.
lost.
It gives us no. There's no what value is lost. The value is that there is a team already, a part of Frieza's team that is already stronger than Goku and whatchamacallit and Vegeta. And then like for us to like think about, oh yeah, they're going to beat Frieza. It's like no, they can't even beat the second strongest of their team.
Okay, I understand. Yes, it serves as a power hierarchy thing, but you understand that I see much less value in another fucking power hierarchy establishing combat than earlier when I was talking about the culmination of Gohan's personal arc and like the loss of his father and all that. Like that, those are
I was gonna say
completely
the
different
whole
levels.
Saiyaman arc was fucking stupid.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
fucking stupid and pointless.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's totally not going into the idea of having power and deciding what to actually use it.
They could
Are
have
you gonna be
developed
using
it in
for
a different
good?
way,
Are
though.
you going to be using it for like non-intervention? Or
I
are you
think it
going
could
to
have
have a
been
secret
better.
identity? It could have been
I think that
better,
it could have been
okay.
done a lot better.
A
lot
lot
better.
of things could have been done better. Okay, that's not a
So
critique.
when we're
Senpai
talking
shows muscle,
about
he seems like a
you made
Chad.
a point
Call him
that
Senpai Chad.
if you were to take all of the fight scenes away from an anime, is it still shonen? And I think that we're talking about a literary device, not necessarily if something is shonen or not. And I just wanted to contextualize that real quick. I can't think of any anime nor a shonen where this literary device is concerned, but it's basically where you just don't reveal the fucking villain. And I feel like Full Metal Alchemist built so much fucking tension with Scar because they didn't show him murdering people on the fucking streets. Instead, we saw the aftermath of it, and we didn't see him until very late in the season, from my memory at least. But you also look at the same trope with like movies like The Witch, where you never get to see the killer. And we're talking about a literary device, not shonen when we're talking about that. So I feel like if there were to be a shonen that were to use that literary device, that'd be fucking tight. I would be super into that. But I don't think that we can just like make a blanket statement and say that shonen has to have fight scenes in order for it to be shonen.
Kino, this is just a fact check. I'm pretty sure we saw Scar very early on. Though, like,
Yeah,
give
like,
you
I
that
don't remember.
We saw glimpses of like what he did. So like we didn't. It was very mysterious in that we didn't know his character, but like we did see him like actually committing
The
acts.
aftermath. No, you
No,
don't
we
see...
also saw him do the acts.
Only
and then
Senpai
we
Chow
will
would
see
bring
the
up a
aftermath
fucking fact
afterwards,
check in
like,
the
I'm
anime
pretty sure
debates.
Okay, I
that's
don't
what
remember that.
happened.
Okay, what I remember is like this lovely like building of tension, with the aftermath of what he did. Not, hey, here's a bad guy, he's gonna do something, so you guys hate him. Okay, now we're gonna fight. Later
Yeah,
down the
remember
road.
Tucker?
Yeah.
Show Tucker.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Everybody
was pretty
remembers
early.
Tucker.
Yeah, that was pretty early
Yeah.
on.
Even
Okay.
before Tucker, there's like the whatever Iron Cannon alchemist dude. Remember him?
Yeah.
I don't remember
We
that.
saw Scar completely fucking.
Okay. That's why I said my memory, because I don't have a fucking timeline when it comes to that stuff. I remember themes. I don't really remember what happened. I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, I think that, to your question, if you were to take all of the action scenes out of an anime, I think is what you asked, is it still a shonen? And I think that those are two very separate things. We're talking about a literary device and a genre of storytelling.
Can there be a shonen without conflict?
Yeah, but then
though?
like I'm just hearing a lot of the critiques about shonen being the fight scenes, and I just don't get it. Because like if you're saying that fighting is a literary device, then it's a pretty important literary device. To the point where like anybody
I
who's
always
then
have been
shitting
a
on the
full
fight
weeb,
scenes,
Ultima.
then you have to call them out on them. Be
Mhm.
like, no, it's you can't just like shit on fight scenes alone. It has to be like be bad fight scenes or good fight scenes. But for the most part, there is no needless fight scenes.
I agree.
I think
Can
Can I be the bridge in the middle of this and be like, there are some fight, or not all fight scenes are created equal. There are some fights that really put it over the top and actually add to the narrative, and there's some that are just absolutely trash.
Frieza.
Look at that! Look at that! Our bridge builder, Tiberius, coming in. You know, I thought we were burning bridges tonight, but apparently,
No. That's
just
even
kidding.
that's even more stupid because
Oh,
like,
we are burning bridges.
All right, let's go, Chow. Let's
like,
go.
does every single fight scene need to have like some important theme?
Okay,
It needs to have a purpose. It needs to have a purpose. Yes.
They all have purpose, but what Tiberius is saying is that some fight scenes have higher purpose than others. But then to me,
agree.
I don't really I agree with that as well. But then
I'm
like
gonna
it
go get my
sounds
tea.
like we're saying that like, yeah, the fight scenes that have no purpose, yeah, we could just like, I don't know, remove them and it doesn't matter.
So
not all
mean,
fight
Sword Art
scenes
Online,
need
yeah.
to be. Not all fight scenes need to be like so invested. Like a lot of the smaller fights, especially like we always talk about the little things, right? Right? It's the little things that matter.
Okay.
so
What
So
little
so then,
fight
like, what-
do you really like that added a lot to a show to you? Just so I could contextualize. Like, what are you trying to say with that?
Oh yeah. Let's see. Like a really what? Like a really easy fight scene, or like
No,
a
like a
small
little
fight scene?
fight that didn't develop a character or anything, but still had like a little meaning or purpose. It like I don't know, showed some hierarchy or like I don't know what you want to value with it, but like that you're saying that they still add a bunch.
I can't come up with any because like I view them all as like pretty important. Like okay, you know what? There was
Chow
one
losing all
fight
his
scene.
friends.
Which I think makes it a good show.
It
If
was
it- again,
Naruto
like if
Shippuden.
they're a
Agents, you
purpose,
declare
no
me
matter how
fully
big or
lost
small
now?
the
Yeah.
fight scene
Nice.
is,
I
that's
never wanted to be
generally what a
found.
good show is it has a
Alright.
purpose.
It was Naruto
Sword Art
Shippuden
Online.
and whatchamacallit? It was Guy's team and Kakashi. They were going to save Gaara, and there was a fight scene between them and their clones. Now, what was bad about it wasn't necessarily them fighting the clones, but more so the animation. The animation was fucking dog shit, and I fucking hated that. But like them actually like having to fight their own clones and figure out their like what are their own weaknesses and whatnot. Like that's pretty important.
That's an
Okay,
existentialist topic, yeah.
Let's go to Tiberius.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with Chow on the regards that if you split these up, some of these are just not going to have a lot. I wanted to throw in if you watch One Punch Man, the fights with Speed of Sound Sonic. Most like the first one's really good because you get like character contention where Sound is doing his own thing, but then all of a sudden you keep seeing him come back and he's jumping in. He's actually become kind of a nuisance to the story because you're just expecting things to keep moving along and go, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's Speed of Sound. He's fighting. He's going to fight again, and the fights are awesome.
Doesn't that reveal his narcissism?
It definitely reveals. It definitely reveals.
Isn't that pretty important?
Okay, let me put it this way: it's important, but you have to make it pay off. And so far, at least from what I've seen, they haven't made it paid off because all it is that
Did you read the manga?
and his ass kicked.
Did you read?
Have I read the manga? I don't think I'm up to the newest shit yet. Is it over?
I don't think so, but like I'm pretty sure if you've read even like a deeper into the manga, you would know that like what he has to wrestle with.
If I remember right, where I left off was what is it? The Monster Association arc, I think is where I was left off in. So
Yeah,
maybe
okay,
I'm not
so
far
like
enough.
were you at the end of that?
I think it was midway through. I'm not
You were
100%
midway through.
sure.
Maybe you didn't catch up to it yet, but like yeah, even Speedo Sonic even had some things to wrestle with.
I'm sure he does. The thing about like
That
these
conflicts
fights.
with his narcissism.
Oh, I believe that. Right.
Okay, so then like wouldn't that be really important then for his fight scenes or like his needless fight scenes to like kind of showcase where he is mentally?
And this is where I'm trying to agree with you on a level is that when you do stuff like this, you have to make it pay off, right? When you're looking at it in the glance in the moment, sometimes it does seem needless and it's ridiculous. But if you can make it come back and pay off later, all the better for it. But alone, that it is not enough. And that's kind of where this character is right now. If we're looking at just as an anime, where it is right
Wouldn't that
now.
be intentional?
Yes, it's entirely intentional. God damn it.
Okay, so then like why are you making it sound bad?
Because
If anything, it sounds great. It sounds like the author was able
He
to
is making
like,
it sound
force
great.
you to react in some way and then like completely subvert your expectations later on. He basically baited you.
that's great when you get there, right? You're
That's
I'm
part of the
sorry.
story.
Huh? Yeah, of course it's part of the story. Right.
Oh my
So
god. All right. So like here's the thing.
I feel like we're dancing in circles, Chow. Is that if the pacing isn't right, so that we have ended with this second season, right? It's over. We're waiting on season 3 whenever the fuck it shows up. Right now, if we're talking in the context of this anime, these fights haven't served its purpose. It's set up to do some kind of purpose if the author wants to do it, which of course you're saying that it does in the manga, but in the anime so far it hasn't, and so it actually demeans the fight, which is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, this is really bad because like no, not maybe not what you're saying, okay, but like what your response does reveal to me is something pretty bad when like people are judging anime, because the thing about anime is that it comes once a week and the source material is like beyond the anime a lot of the times. Most anime don't even get one season. So then like it feels like we're doing such an injustice when judging anime, when we're looking at things as if we were like just like targeting it. If we just focused on one thing, disregarded everything else, even like the next arc or the next arc, and when we're really supposed to be judging the story as a whole.
Okay, so
Nick.
I don't disagree with this at all. Okay, I want to separate this. When we're talking about a specific thing, like what is a shonen, right? We're going to talk about specific nuances when what would make a shonen. This is the better part of an hour. That's fine. We can say that this is the context, the subplot of a greater whole. What I agree with you here on is the fact that a lot of these shows do shit where they're not ready to start doing this. Huh? Yeah, they do. Excuse me.
I wanted to
They
do
do-
the same joke.
They do these plots, they do these character arcs,
Doo-doo.
but they don't do them in a way that they're planned out and they're going to carry out the full story. Actually, one of my biggest problems with a lot of animes is that they start too early and they try to fill in the gaps with filler and all this other shit and not actually go along with the story and the plot that the mangaka actually created originally. And these filler arcs can actually, if they fuck them up, can actually go in a completely different direction than where literally the next arc is going to go. So, my thing here that is my
You
Filler
just
is
watch
dead.
216
Filler's been dead for a long
episodes, it
time.
gets good.
Of course it
You're not
has.
allowed
But
to
what
judge
I'm getting
until
here
then,
is that the problem that I have personally with a lot of anime to this day is that when they openly say they're going to do an anime, they just approve one little season or what have you, 12 episodes, which seems to be in the normal. It's not even 20 anymore. They don't commit to actually telling the story and actually think it's made anime for the worse in a general level. And so when we're talking about Sonic, we don't see what his character is going to go through because the story hasn't been told yet. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that when we're looking at this in the contextual nuance of what this limited part is, this character is underserved, but he's probably set up to go further. But now because we've had, 2 companies now that have handled this product, and now we're probably going to get a third, I'm about to lose my mind because this is such a decent story, and yet the animators have not committed to doing.
If it's such a decent story, why aren't you caught up to the manga then?
Usually what happens is I catch up and then I go to another project. That's usually
Okay.
what happens.
And
Yeah,
let's
okay.
let's go
Alright.
to somebody else. No. Let's go to Kino. Do you want to
I'm
say
chill.
something?
I'm listening right now. No, I'm good.
Or name. You were wanting to say something earlier.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. I was
Okay.
concerned where the discussion was at earlier. I don't know.
Okay, go. Fuck Elysium. So let's go to Chow.
Oh,
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Wait, so you want to go to Elysium?
No, you.
Okay. It sounds to me that like there's and you know what? Raise our hand if you're a person who would rate an anime midway through. I don't know how Elysium would raise his hand.
Who would
Nobody,
what?
right? Nobody does this. Would
Elysium.
you
I
rate
do.
an anime? Would you
I
rate an
Usually
anime midway
give an
through?
anime 2 or 3 episodes before I'm done with it. So
I mean, you totally
Yeah,
can.
I'll rate it. If I can hate it
like
after a couple
you have
episodes.
my anime list and you give it a score midway through.
no, I wouldn't do that.
No, yeah. Well,
That's what
actually,
I'm
no. If
asking
it's so bad that I drop it, then that says something about it.
Yeah.
Actually,
so then,
yeah.
but like, do you give it a
I know
score
how
then?
picky I am, though. So
I
don't
don't
think that's fair.
Yeah, I don't rate stuff online anyway. So
People could though. I mean, that's part of an anime. If
Yeah.
it didn't hold you to see it through, you can give it a poor rating.
Okay, so I think I know where.
Sorry.
I think I know where Chow's going with this, but for me is that if somebody
Mhm.
comes to me right now and says, "Hey, what do you think about the show?" and I'm only 3 episodes in, I'll be like, "Hey, I think of this so far," and I'll give it like a rating, and I'll be like, "Look, this is where I'm at." But I will throw with the context. I haven't completed this show. I have not gone through the full story. This is just where I'm at now. So there's that. I will constantly have a rating in my head for whatever show that I'm watching at the time. I'm like, all right, cool. Why do I watch this show? What's interesting about it? It's pretty cool, or it's pretty bad. All that stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just don't think I personally like. I've thought about this. Like, should I rate shows that I have dropped? And my answer was no, because that's just like me not doing any justice to the show. Just because like I dropped it in the beginning because like I thought it was bad or not worth my time, but then like maybe it would be good. So like a lot. And I definitely felt reinforcing this into this belief because there was this one show in the beginning. It was complete utter garbage. Oh my god! Everybody was shitting on it every single week, every single review. Everybody was like giving this a score so low. It was completely dead on MAL. And like
Yeah.
it was a 24 episode show, and like a lot of people dropped it. But then as I kept on watching, and then towards the end, oh my god, it got so fucking good. And then I
What
gave it a
show?
pretty high score. This was Sakurada Reset.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Anybody watch this?
No, I haven't.
No.
This is so sad.
No. You haven't watched Hunter x Hunter either, right? Ciao.
Yeah, I haven't.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
I'm a modern
Wow.
modern anime consumer. Simulcast, you ever heard of that?
It's
does it even
in
mean?
You have a
2016.
you
Not
have a
moderate enough.
Crunchyroll.
Or
You have a
new enough?
Crunchyroll subscription. Hunter x Hunter is probably simulcast, yeah. But no, it's like what when I started to like really watch anime, Hunter x Hunter was like already pretty far in, and then I was like, nah, it's not worth my time. But here's the thing is that I'm not gonna go out there and say like Hunter x Hunter is shit because I haven't watched it. Like I'm not gonna judge something just because I haven't watched it yet.
No.
I feel like whenever I call an anime shit, it's one, I'm really confident if one, I've watched the entire thing. Because that gives me credibility to say that I've actually experienced watching the show and telling you that it is crap. Because if I've only watched 3 episodes of a show and then I tell you that the show is shit just because of those 3 episodes, well, what about the last 7? I haven't
I
watched that.
can't
How can I know
think
that?
of a
How can I know that?
single piece of content that I have consumed where I have consumed over half of it and hated it, and then I changed my mind in the last half. I
Yeah, but
can't think of a
Kino-
single
But
thing.
here's the thing, Kino, is that like you can't responsibly say that the entire thing was bad. You could only say that the first half of that you've consumed is bad because that's the only thing
Sure.
that you've experienced, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the point.
But that's also something that I tell people. I'm like, yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes of it and I thought it was crap. So
And
put
I
it down.
love that. I love
Yeah.
that you qualify that. That's really important.
Yeah, you gotta
I agree.
contextualize it, but you can still rate it. Like,
Sure. My experience was this thing was bad after watching 2 episodes, so I put it down. Like that's not that hard to do.
Yeah,
So-
but here's the thing about the rating is that the rating is onto the whole show. Like, I would love it if my anime list was like, hey, you could rate each anime like episode individually. I would love that.
Would you be less mad if you gave it a rating and then within the comments contextualized that you only consumed X amount?
No, because
though?
the rating affects the entire score. That's the
I
thing.
understand. Yeah.
It doesn't have a
But, like,
weight.
it's still-
point getting at, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say, Chow, you consumed like 95% of the whole anime. Like, for example, like
Yeah.
I couldn't like the end of Naruto. Like that was so shit. And, like
What? The end of Naruto Shippuden?
Yeah.
That was the best part. What are you
What?
talking about? Sasuke going on his adventure. That's
Sorry?
awesome.
No, but
The
they
end of
had
Naruto
so many fillers in at the end. So with the ultimate,
The
like,
filler is to
clips-
focus on the side characters that are just as important. Oh my god.
Well, honestly,
wait,
for me,
you,
it was
you like the
I,
ending of Naruto, Senpai?
Yeah.
Of Shippuden? Yes.
Hmm?
After the war, when they all go home and then they all do their other missions, because guess what? Just because Madara is dead and just because there's still shit going on, there's still politics, there's still other nations.
Oh wait, is that the ending of the show? I've only
Naruto
read the manga.
Shippuden?
Yeah. Like the manga ends on the whole okay, big spoiler alert, on the whole fucking goddess and they go into that parallel world and there's that the whole bunch of crazy shit that's dropped
Kaguya.
on the reader that like have
Yeah.
no fucking
That changes
no fucking,
the entire story of the entire
yeah,
show.
like the whole
Yeah.
story changes in the last fucking 10 chapters.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not gonna say that the last thing they did was Naruto and Sasuke fighting? You think of Kaguya as the last part?
Yeah, apparently so.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But
I'm kind of with you on this, Joe.
so regardless, like, do you think if you consumed like 95% of a show, that you can give it like an accurate rating because you're so fed up with it?
No. This is actually where I'm going to side with Chow. Like, if you like the culmination of a show is usually within the last like 5%, if not less. I mean, if we're talking about One Piece, it's going to be 1% because of how big it fucking is. But just in a general sense, yeah, like that last part is going to be like wrapping it up into a bow, or if you will, that's going to be the final product that you're ending with, and that can completely change depending on what you view. I've heard this. I'm not saying I've seen this show. I've been told about Berserk is this kind of show. It's great all the way up until the end, and then it's terrible.
Whoa. Whose take is that? Let me fight them. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait,
Berserk.
Kino, are you
Fucking
willing to
masterpiece.
defend CGI Berserk?
Oh, CGI Berserk. I'm sorry. I heard Berserk.
I'm pretty sure
not
that's what
CGI
Tiberius
Berserk.
is mentioning. There are
talking about
multiple
CGI?
adaptations. There's multiple
I haven't
adaptations
seen
of
the end of
Berserk.
it.
The first
No, I know that.
adaptation
I
was
haven't seen the
really
end
good.
of CGI.
Okay, but then there's like, and then after that
Really?
though, it's just CGI Berserk. That's dog shit.
Yep.
Oh no, I think I did watch all of it. I was neutral on the end of it, but I didn't hate it. It's just neutral.
Okay.
Like, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Berserk. Like, this is a fucking masterpiece.
Okay.
As
Anyway,
in
go
like
ahead,
the
Ty, I'm
manga.
so sorry.
Yeah,
Anime and manga.
Oh,
and the anime. Oh boy.
I think they're
Okay.
both gorgeous. I mean,
Even the
manga is better.
CGI.
If I'm going to be objective about it, the manga is better, way better. But they're both still fucking masterpieces.
Okay, so before we wrap it up, I wanna ask like Kino a question. Consider the success of Shonen and how
Mhm.
big it is, how much it's sold. It couldn't be overrated then, because it's such a success, right? Or would you disagree with that, coming from your marketing
If
perspective?
you're asking me if I disagree, not necessarily. I think that dubbing something overrated is a personal assessment. God, if we made it objective,
It's not a
Um,
personal. I don't.
No,
think
no,
think it
Chow,
is.
no, Chow. Kino.
okay.
Yeah.
If I were to make it objective, I would need to take some time to define what those parameters are. I would imagine that yeah, consumption would obviously be up there. I'm just gonna blanket statement. But the problem is the audience, though, because obviously we're talking about a specific audience, a specific demographic, specific geographic, as well as specific psychographics and behavioral market segmentations that shonen is directly aimed at. And they are the overwhelming consumers of it. Now, that audience base is also the overwhelming consumers of anime in general. So we don't really have a good, honest pool to compare ourselves to if we're talking about what's overrated or not. So taking the market segmentation into account, and if we throw away
specific
comparing it
demographic.
to something else, which I don't like to do, but in this case, it isn't overrated. Then no.
Yeah.
Objectively
Somebody
speaking,
cares. Somebody cares to respond to that, or are we done here?
I think it's time for closing statements.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do closing statements. Okay.
Yes.
Let's do closing statements.
Guys,
Uh,
ready
Chow-
to nap me too?
Tiberius.
No, I need to reset before I got a show. But Chow, I have a PM for you that I need you to answer real quick.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Is this closing statements? You cannot ask a question in the closing statement. Sorry. No, just kidding. Go ahead, Tiberius.
Oh, okay. So yeah, mine is. I do feel in general that there's a lot of shonen that's overrated, and I don't necessarily feel that I've grown out of it as much as it is the themes that are conveyed could do better towards an audience that is more universal. I did bring up the really hot take with Boruto, but I stand by that, is that you can easily add more themes for more people, particularly those that are older. And I think actually Boruto shows that you can do it. It's just it didn't do it in the best way possible. But when it comes to, in general, there are great shonens out there. I named quite a few. We all talked about it. We all did a deep dive into it. And you know what? Sometimes if we want to just say that shonen seinen isn't really too much different, I can live with that. And that's fine. Give me just a second here. Tonight, or wait, are we doing promos or do we just close out?
Do promo.
Okay. Yeah,
go
tonight
ahead.
here in just a little bit, I'll be doing the Mascot podcast with Counterpoint Samantha Banana, Osiris is myself, and Chow, Senpai Chow, does have an invite to be on there. I was just trying to ask him if he was going to be on, but I didn't get an answer. But he was wanting to talk about Taiwan. So if he's joining us tonight, you might be able to find him there here in really about 2 hours. So that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go to Elysium.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Shonen has to be overrated because Full Metal Panic versus Full Metal Panic Fumafu, and there's no contest. Fumafu's better.
Yes. Base take.
I'm done.
And you don't stream that much anymore, or not at all.
No. I just play MMOs. Okay, come play MMOs with me. That's all I want in life.
Oh my god, he's a fucking addict. Someone, Chinchilla, we need to stage an intervention, okay?
No.
Let's find his account in New World and go in there and just like do an actual intervention. He needs to stop.
Okay. In that case, let's go to name.
Oh, okay. I want to be a dick, and instead of doing a closing statement, I just want to throw out a couple takes. Okay, I said the ending of Naruto is dog shit. And as much as I love Berserk, and it's one of my favorite manga of all time, the moment it starts to go into this arc where there's those like little magical kids, and it's all about the stupid fucking comic relief between them and all that bullshit, is the moment where I don't know what the fuck happened in the author's brain, but he decided to turn it into this weird like sappy shonen thing that is absolutely terrible, and I hate it.
Watching your face while he said that was incredible, by the way.
There, that's my closing statement. But I love Berserk.
Okay. Also follow name on every platform out there, right? So,
yeah. Especially my Pornhub account. I just opened it. I need support on it. Sorry.
Yeah, you cannot talk about that on here.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Good thing it doesn't exist.
It jokes. So let's go to Senpai Chow in that case.
It's just going to be a rehash of my opening, just like with Isekai. Nowadays, people have a good grasp of what is bad shonen and what is good shonen, and with that, like what is rated well are the good shonens, and what are rated poorly are the bad shonens. Duh. So like when it comes to the qualifications of what is being like overrated, well, you have to like really not judge it by your own preferences, but more so it has to be like qualified with what other people are thinking. Because if people are rating it highly and you don't think it should be rated that highly, then it's overrated. But it just sounds to me that people are saying shonen's overrated because I don't like it. But it's not about you. It also has to be about other people. And when you look at how other people are judging it, it seems to be in the right places. I think that's what Kino was kind of alluding to before in her closing.
And for your own promo?
My own promo?
Yeah.
What? I'm going to be on Mass Shout
yourself out, Speedy.
Shout yourself out.
Oh, that stuff. Yeah, twitch.tv/Senpai Chow. I do this stuff. Lamau. And I'm going to be on Masked Off tonight. Sure, I guess I could talk about Taiwan, but you're gonna have to carry me there.
Okay.
But this is usually what happens, Tiberius. You just gotta like get me there, and I'll swing full, or
Sounds
I'll
good.
crash. Who knows?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
my face just might crumble away. Ooh, my arguments. Oh no, Elysium.
Okay. Thank you, Chow. And last but not least, thank you, Kino, also for coming on. So, closing statement plus promo / shout out.
You got it. Mine's just going to be another rehash of the opening statement. I think that no, it's not. Just kidding. I think that when we are looking at a genre of art, especially when we are contextualizing it to a specific, or rather one that is contextualized and made for a specific audience, it's really important to,
Thank you so much
this
for
case,
the
account for
follow-up
our own
intro.
nostalgia and biases. And I think that we actually did a really good job doing that tonight. This was nice. I really enjoyed this, actually. Thank you for having me out. And I guess who I am again, I'm a digital marketing
What is that
educator.
follow alert?
I will
It's a story.
kick your ass to make your profile good. Speaking of which, chinchilla, see me after class. Just kidding, I love you. You can also see me after class.
It's a perfect logo. It's a perfect.
It's perfect. It's perfect. But yeah,
But I
mostly
do want to see you after class. So I don't mind that. So
you're fine. But yeah, I'm my computer is actually kind of ready to explode right now, just running Discord. So I don't stream right now, but I will. So follow me there if you want my takes now / homework and literal worksheets and shit, and to talk to me about marketing. Twitter's where I'm at.
Thank you for having me on. This was nice.
I recommend.
Yeah.
I recommend Keynote services. I'm using them myself, so
You
just let me know.
are.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
So I wanna thank you all for coming on. I really appreciate it and really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. That being said, I have 2 shows. So for anybody watching, I do one show called Lip Praxis, where we talk about like liberal things with my liberal friends, aka Chow, Name, and Elysium. And then I do generally my Sunday show is a little bit different, where I do social and just chatting stuff with a bunch of other people generally, except this anime debate. So yeah, so the one show is on Thursday, which is the Lip Praxis show. And the other one is on Sunday at 5 p.m. EST. So thank you guys for coming on, and thank you for any chatter that was in chat. And then I'm going to see you guys off, and I'm going to send you guys to Neymannen and have some. Or Neymannen, you're gonna quit streaming, I assume.
I was gonna stream a little bit, but not
Okay.
not super long. Like I got work tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I will send you off to Neymannen. So thank you guys for joining, and bye bye.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, this
Bye.
was
Yeah.
a ton of fun.
I enjoyed it.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
All right. Okay, Aberrant Drone. You want to hear the story about that alert? It's actually not that much of a story. It's just it's just my editor. He likes doing dumb memes, and he made that edit of a clip. I wasn't actually talking about masturbating. I was talking about running. And it like making, hey, thanks so much for the raid, Chinchilla. Wow. I don't have notifications working for raids. What the fuck is going on? I seem to have broken my I have broken my notifications a few like a week ago. Running your hands on your susser. Yeah, I'm running my hands up and down my sussy little baka. It's called unsolicited PR work. Hells yeah, exactly. It's actually is unsolicited PR work. What was the debate about? Didn't catch the stream. It was an anime debate. So the first part was about the whether isekai is overrated or not as a genre, and the second part was whether shonen was overrated or not as a genre. There you go. That's what it was about. I got obviously invited as both are Omega Low. Okay, to be fair, like just as Senpai Chao said at the end of his closing statement, something being overrated or not depends on how people actually think about it. Isekais are so overdone. Well, that is true. I agree with you about Naruto ending being disappointing. Yeah, it's a cold ass take. I know I'm not being original with that with the Naruto ending take. It's so fucking bad. The whole goddess weird story thing. Like, normally you should have, in proper storytelling, you should always have proper, fuck, I'm missing the word in my brain. It's so fucking broken right now. How do I fix it? Aberrant Drone here. Wait, Aberrant Drone is one of your viewers, Chinchilla? Yoink! Got him. Hey, how about my slow life as a SGG chatter, number 69? Still a sucker for... Yeah, I'm a sucker for isekai too, absolutely. That shit... Look, I'm a sucker for fucking escapism. So obviously, isekai is right up my alley. Okay, what I wanted to say. What's this clip? Foreshadowing! That's the word I was looking for. You need foreshadowing. When you are gonna completely swap around the story, the meaning of a story, you need to foreshadow it at least a little bit. You can't just drop an entire fucking genre change. Well, not genre change, but a paradigm change in the last 10 fucking chapters.
That
Nemananen. How do you say your name?
that's
Yeah.
exactly.
Alright, that's a good one.
Nemananen.
The clip can be a new soundbite. I have dank soundbites right now, okay? You haven't heard the other one when Aberrant Drone followed, but here, check this out. Follows. I got the... Wait, open alert variations. Ah, this one... Oh yeah, this one doesn't seem to be working. I probably need to enable this one. Okay, I've only had 2 follows since I swapped them out, so I don't know if they're properly working. But I got this one. I could masturbate, and I could be in pain and like breathing, like spitting my lungs out. And I got this one.
My advanced intelligence can be used like an octopus to suffocate and pull apart my enemy's arguments.
I'm all set. I need to, whatever I add as a, oh shit, I need to remove the raid bullshit. Whatever I add as a new alert needs to be on the level of those two. I know that one, yeah. Isn't the big twist that the universe is just fuel for some aliens? Yeah, something like that, yeah. Like alien gods. Or a goddess, specifically. So weird and came out of nowhere, yeah. Wow, you called my raid bullshit? Yeah, exactly. No, I'm... okay, yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Why am I getting popular clips from Czech Cloud? Who is Czech Cloud? Why am I getting that suggested from Chinchilla Politics? Why was this streamed in the politics category? Those theories are major copium. Big question, have you ever heard of an anime called Beast Player Eren? No, never. Beast Player Eren. The Beast Player. The Beast Player is a Japanese novel series written by Naoko Uehashi and published by Kodansha between 2006 and 2009. It focuses on a girl who can control the greatest of beasts as she gets involved in the war between the two territories of one kingdom. Kemono no Soja Erin. Okay, I'll keep this in mind. Oh, it's a slightly different art style. I enjoy that. I like that. Looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool. It's this is some old shit. Whoa. 12 years ago. I don't care. I'm not much into the following the seasonal anime and all that stuff. Because we're all politics streamers and the politics section is way better for streaming. Not like this, that's not old copium. Oh, my sweet summer child, I have some bad news for you. My favorite show and nobody ever even heard of it, basically just about a veterinarian. I see. Yeah, I never heard about it. Dude, like all the actual manga that I really enjoy in the past couple years are, well, a lot of them are really mainstream, like Dungeon Meshi, or known as Delicious in Dungeon, Made in Abyss, what's the fuck the name is? Oh yeah, Witch Hat Atelier. God, Witch Hat Atelier is so beautiful. It's actually my, like, it's ironically one of my favorite manga of all time. It's so beautiful. Like, the art is amazing. It's so it's so beautiful, but the storytelling, the wholesomeness, it's so fucking wholesome. The characters and what the lessons they learn, and it's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. But then for isekai, because earlier we were talking about isekai, there's one I can't name drop it because it's really obscure. Is this Karate Baka in a different world? I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. It's not about the big booba. It's not the big booba bullshit. Karate Survivor in Another World. Not the Karate Idiot in Another World. Yeah, this one. Karate Survivor in Another World is so fucking good. Yeah, I love isekai as well. And nobody can take away my trash. Me neither. Nobody can take away my trash. But dude, if you love isekai, this is an isekai that is actually not trash. I genuinely guarantee you, this isekai is not trash. It is not about a big booba harem. It is not about being overpowered. It is about a character actually being lost in another world, and all he has is his karate skills, which doesn't make him overpowered. He like knows how to fight in a world where everyone knows how to fight. It doesn't make him that special, and it's really well done. It's really nice. Just finished. Is the manga over? No, it's not nowhere near over. It updates like once every 2 months. It's a fucking, it's pain. It's one of those manga that are really great, but once you start following them, you're in for a world of pain, honestly. Just finished How a Realist Saved a Struggling Kingdom. That one was fun. I'm not familiar with that one. I need to Google that. How a Realist Saved a Struggling Kingdom. Doesn't that dispute your point that isekai needs powers? Well, his power is karate, and he also acquires power. It's a world where there's a bit of a leveling system, and he levels up fast. He levels up like really fast. But the world is also really harsh and dark, so it balances out the unfettered overpoweredness of the isekai tropes. By the way, can I borrow your cell phone? I heard it was overpowered. It's available on Funimation. Might have the name slightly wrong. Rebuild the Kingdom. How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. Okay. Let's check this out. Also known as Reconstruction. The Erfuriden Kingdom, Tales of Realistic Brave. Oh my god, fucking translations. Not even anime, not worth. Neyman still has time to turn into shit. Next thing you know, he's going to have an illness in the last 50 chapters. True. Oh, you're referring to Mushoku Tensei, dude. Dude, I didn't want to spoil Mushoku Tensei, but Senpai Chao came into the debate, and the first thing he said was, Mushoku Tensei is the best isekai, is like one of the best isekai ever. And I'm like, I can't spoil, but it's wrong. It's so wrong. I'm not gonna spoil it, Bukra. I'm not gonna spoil. But I have my reasons for having problems, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna stop there. I can't say anymore. That manga is legit as degenerate as Watamote and Umaru. Wait, what manga? Mushoku Tensei? Mushoku Tensei is not that degenerate. I know a lot of people got super triggered about the fact that the main character in Mushoku Tensei is like he's like a 30-year-old reincarnated in the body of a young child, and he likes like the most negative perspective on it is that he grooms his future his like childhood friend into being his future partner. I get why people are weirded out, but I view it with a lot of benefit of the doubt. They saw themselves in him, so they got triggered. Classically, I give him a lot of benefit of the doubt that being reincarnated into a child's body, even if you retain a lot of your memories, it could change your perspective on a lot of things. There are a lot of isekai that put adults into those situations, and the adults are just not interested in any sort of romantic anything romantic with anyone near their age, and that is fine too. but I don't get as weirded out by how it happens in Mushoku Tensei. Like the whole calling it grooming for me is a bit much. He doesn't like groom her. I don't know. I don't see it. It makes me cringe for other reasons that I can't talk about because of spoilers. Is this a return to your isekai arc? Is this going to last a month again? Yes. The main character is a civil worker, not overpowered, but just good at fixing government systems. That's pretty fucking cool. Look, there's something I really enjoy in conflict in the stories. It's when conflict is resolved through wit and not power, not overt exertion of power. It's what I loved in Naruto is that all the fights were about being outsmarting your opponent. Everyone had really original powers and had to think and create plans to somehow work around the opponent's power and so on and so forth. Like everyone was actually ninjas. And then at some point it all broke down, and instead of being ninjas, everyone was just being fucking Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyans and shooting energy beams at each other. He's also retired. Yeah, Naruto was heavily inspired by Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, and Hunter x Hunter is based. When it comes to this, Hunter x Hunter never fell into the bullshit energy memes. Even in its highest stupid like high-powered character bullshit battles, it still manages to make it about outsmarting your opponents. The Goblin Slayer does that kind of? Yeah, but Goblin Slayer has other problems, let's be real. You're entering my zone and talking about Naruto, Pepe laugh. Nice. Chimera arc was low tier. Yeah, Chimera arc was the worst arc in Hunter x Hunter. There's no contesting that, obviously. Wowie, anime talk. Is there an anime about Satoshi? Probably. If he was put in the body of a 10-year-old, it'd be weird, but he was born as a baby, so I feel he's allowed to regress to thinking as a child. Exactly. That's a great point, Abrid Drone. That's exactly why I feel... I think that's exactly why I don't feel bad about what Mushoku Tensei's main character does. Absolutely. Hunter x Hunter has some problems with their energy system. At some point, it gets way too complicated. A little bit, yeah. Turns out there is. It's called Genesis Code. Oh, it's a manga? Okay. The only time Gon falls back on pure strength to win, he has big penalties for it, and Killua has to find a way. Yeah, no, the cost benefit, like the character, the writer manages to make the trade-offs in powers in Hunter x Hunter make a lot of sense as well. The Chimera arc Chimera arc is setting up the arcs in the New World because the Chimeras are actually from the New World. Yes, I know, but it's more than that. It's also about the meta aspects of the manga. If you're reading the manga chapter after chapter, the Chimera arc is the arc where several times the author fell into big hardcore depression, fired all of his assistants, and literally, I can show you what the art looked like. You're like happy. You're like people happy new Hunter x Hunter chapter. I'm gonna be able to see what happens next. And this is like a page with like this is a panel, and like I shit you not, I can like actually draw you this is the character. Then this is like a character doing something. I'm barely exaggerating. Like it's fucking 3 lines in every panel, barely like scribbled out, not barely even inked. No sense, like losing all sense of proportion. It's basically like he's literally publishing first fucking drafts of his drawings with no assistants to help him. You talking about the new chapters? No, the new Hunter x Hunter chapters. I haven't caught up on it in like a year. Bear that in mind. But the newer arc is for the most part has been really good as far as the art went. I'm talking about the Chimera arc. The Chimera Hunter x Hunter arc was the worst fucking art I've ever seen in a professional manga. Honestly. There hasn't been a chapter since 2 years. Okay, that explains. Wait, what new chapters? No, there aren't any new chapters. Never mind. Did you watch the anime though? A little bit, yeah. The art in the anime is good. Yeah, the anime is really good. Absolutely. The anime is really, really good. I 100% agree. Okay, we talked about isekai. how we talked about isekai, where the entire country gets isekai'd, because I've mentioned it on my stream last week. There is an isekai about that, where the entire country of Japan gets teleported into a fantasy world with their self-defense force and their army and shit. It's hilarious. It's not that good, but the idea is hilarious. I feel like you would enjoy a lot in anime, that arc. Probably, yeah. Oh, Gate? Yeah, Gate. That was so fun. It is fun. I enjoyed it, but I also stopped reading it, and I'll probably never read it again. I just don't... It's like the idea is really fun, and you... as long as you're binging through it, then it's cool, but I don't feel looking forward to... They don't get teleported into another world? What? No, not Steins Gate. Okay, also, while we're on the subject, because earlier we were talking about hating... Okay, earlier we were talking about not liking stuff because it's because of the first few episodes being bad. Dude, I will never be able to watch Steins Gate. Every single time I tried watching the first few every fucking time I tried watching the first few episodes of Steins Gate, I just cringe out of my mind. Steins semicolon Gate. I'll stuff a semi up your colon. You'll see if you'll correct me again. I disagree for most of the Naruto fights. They just don't feel earned. They pull the smart things out of nowhere. I'm mostly thinking about Naruto is fine, the Shippuden. No, I'm talking about Naruto, exactly. Exploded Knees. I'm talking about stuff like the tournament arcs in the original Naruto. Steins Gate is kind of hard to get into. Dude, when the presentation of the whole fucking anime, every single person who told me to watch Steins Gate told me, Steins Gate, you really should watch it until the last 2 episodes, and then it gets good. Dude, are you unironically telling me I need to watch the whole fucking show before it gets good? Is that your selling point? Did you catch the ending of Shippuden? Not the anime. I finished the manga of Naruto. No, I'm telling you to skip episodes. Okay, that's the first time someone suggested that to me. Can I unironically do that? Because I'll actually do that. I'll actually fucking skip the entirety of Steins Gate and just skip to the last episode so people stop telling me to watch it. Honestly. I like the politics of how to deal with an obviously insignificant military power. Yeah, the politics and the diplomacy in Gate are pretty fun, for sure. I don't mean to the last episodes, it's like episode 11 or something. Okay. Exploded Knees, can he edit the debates for us? I mean, if he wants to, maybe. Anyone else got name-dropping frames? I haven't dropped frames on my side, so that probably was on your side. I just checked the stats. And I haven't dropped any frames here. I also watched Steins Gate up to 10th episode a couple of times, then stopped over the years. Fuck me then. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I need to listen to anime cringe talk. Well, look, only if you want to. Also, Gate is not an isekai, though. Is it really not? Oh, are we actually talking about the same thing? Are we actually talking about the same thing? Let me double check. A gate appears in Tokyo's Ginza district sometime in the 21st century. From the gate pour out monsters. This is not... No, this is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Gate. No, Decoy, I'm not talking about Gate. Absolutely not. Also, Gate is a reverse isekai, from what I can tell. It's about another world incursion into our world, and apparently they go invade the other world after, so it's totally an isekai. But okay, I wasn't thinking about Gate. There is an actual manga where the entire country of Japan gets teleported into a fantasy world. Yet you keep saying gate. Because you told me it was gate, and I trusted you. They aren't trapped there. They can travel back and forth. I would count it. Not sure what you were talking about then. Yeah, I was talking about something else. Hey, Chinchilla, if you're having exploded knees, edit your podcast. You're the one paying, okay? I don't know. I need working on my videos, okay? We're popping off here. The Egypt video, by the way, exclamation point Egypt in Twitch chat. You can check out the latest video edited by his delicate and highly advanced mysterious hands, exploded knees himself. Nihon Koku Shokan. Oh, yes, Nihon Koku Shokan. I think that's the one. Let me Google it. Minecraft Egypt teaser. Uh-oh.
The shaft was dug by thieves from the bottom to the top shortly after the funeral. So then thieves would have taken the time to dig a perfectly straight tunnel.
Oh shit, I'm not showing the... I'm sorry.
The shaft was dug by thieves from the bottom to the top shortly after the funeral. So then thieves would have taken the time to dig a perfectly straight tunnel. The shaft was dug by...
Stupid fucking zoom in on my face. Nihon Koku Shokan manga. Yes, it's this one! In the Great Orient lies the continent called Rodenius. One day, an unidentified flying object arrived at Quatoin Principality's airspace. The unidentified flying object defied the Principality's common sense. It is exactly this. It's Nihon Koku Shokan. That's what I was talking about. It's not Gate. I never talked about Gate. I'll have to find a way to read that. Well, I would never suggest you read it on a semi-legal or perhaps illegal scanlation website where you can access all those translated scans. I would highly suggest you go out of your way to read it in a, in the library. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. All right. And yes, go check out the Egypt video. Wait, why is my Streamlabs bot is still suggesting the grilled cheese video, by the way? Oh no, it's because I forgot to edit. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I forgot to edit the message. It's talking about grilled cheese, but it's actually suggesting the right video. I'm so bad. Libraries don't have this shit? I know. Well, actually, here in France, libraries have a lot of manga. Honestly, France is such a weeb country. It's so good. I would highly recommend becoming French if you're a weeb. Like France per capita is the biggest consumer of manga and anime outside of Japan. And for a long time, it was the biggest consumer even outside of per capita. It's only recently that the US has passed ahead of France. Just become French, forehead. My local libraries carry a ton of manga. Nice. I read all volumes of D. Gray Man from my library when I was a kid. Oh shit, I loved that shit when I was a kid. Los Angeles is more weeb than anywhere else in the US I've seen. I don't know, relative to France. I'm surprised France hasn't made its own anime. Then it has. It's called Last Man. Last Man is so fucking good, actually. Let me show you like the trailer, and meantime I'll fix my Cloudbot message. YouTube.com Last Man trailer. No, not Why the Last Man. Last Man TV series. By the way, I know a guy who worked in the animation team on this show.
The name's Aldana, Richard Aldana. Occupation, trying to survive. Believe me, it's a full-time job in this hellhole megalopolis called Paxtown. For a while, I was doing okay, crashing for free at my old buddy Dave's boxing club. But one day, everything went bad. Way bad. coming out of nowhere, some masked nutjobs kidnapped my man Dave. A few hours later, I found out what was left of him, crispy fried to death in some abandoned church, thanks to the visions of this weird 10-year-old kid who turned out to be Dave's secret daughter. Come on, man. That's an 11 on the what the fuck-a-meter. You see, it's not the
This
usual
trailer is
monsters
really
or cops
lame.
or thugs kind of problem.
But
These
this
guys
is really
are
good.
not from our neck of the woods. They call themselves the Lion's Order, and they went seriously hocus pocus on my ass. Seems like Dave was trying to hide his daughter from me. But why? Shit, man. You could have left a fucking note. Of all the poor bastards in the city, it had to be me to clean up your mess? Not the best pick, if you ask me.
Cool animation. Yeah, the
Well,
animation is really good.
There you have it. I'm the last man for the job.
It's really good. Trust me. Code Lyoko was good. Ah, man, I can't. I've never watched Code Lyoko, but the way it looks makes me cringe so fucking bad. I don't want to watch Code Lyoko. I never want to watch Code Lyoko. I just miss the timing to be nostalgic about it as a kid, I guess. Most recent anime I watched was Attack on Titan seasons 1 and 2. That's about as far down the rabbit hole I go. That Attack on Titan is pretty fucking good. I also saw a few cutesy high school animes, but that was in 2008, 2013. K-pop phase for a year or two, if you count that. Okay. Attack on Titan is pretty good. I think it's one of the most story consistent and well thought out pieces of anime I've seen in a while. Agreed. Not to say it's perfect though, the characters are pretty standard and the constant use of flashbacks to tell any backstory is super standard as well. Okay. Yes, they are. My French ex bought me hentai ecchi manga. Dude, you can get really good printed, translated hentai and hentai in France. I recently went to Weeb store because I was walking around Paris. It was like 2 weeks ago, and they had in the open they had a whole fucking hentai section, and I just wanted to start browsing through the hentai section. I couldn't do it. I'm not chat enough to do that, but I wanted to do it so bad, dude. It wasn't fucking French. Well, of course it's in fucking French. What do you expect? Decoy dated Saraway. Dude, Saraway is actually really cute. Code Lyoko is pretty, kids. I watched when I was a kid. Cool. It's fucking sick. It only looks bad. It's actually fun. Not great, though. I think it was episodic. Yeah. It was. How do I coom to French text? I don't know. Chow is Malding. Why? 2 weeks ago. I'm just reading this hentai in preparation for my anime debate. Yeah, exactly. Watching the sports talk be drowned out by weebery brings a tear to my eye. Exactly. Fuck sports, dude. Sports ball, chasing after the egg. No one cares. We're here for hentai. That's what we're about. Actually, I'm gonna drop one of my favorite songs. Well, it's not one of my favorite songs, but it's okay. It's not that great, but it's okay. Gotta throw in some like one of those whatchamacallit. Oh fuck, the fucking search filter. You type in hentai in your Google search and right away the search filter, like why? I'm not searching for not safe for work hentai. Jeez. Also name, if you look below, you can find the answers. Man appears. If you look to the ground. Dropping some copyrighted music right in the middle of the stream. I really need to get back to updating my anime list. my MAL. my anime list. You did it. Falling so behind on adding shows, yeah. I don't know how people do the seasonal anime shit. I don't know how Chow does the seasonal anime shit. Sorry, some of the edits or text structure of that Egyptian pyramids vid is so weird. Well, that's what makes it good. I just look at all the animes and pick one or two. Yeah, probably that's what people do. Seasonal animes can be good. Well, yeah, of course they can be good. They're like all animes that you think are good were seasonal during the season they came out. That doesn't say anything about whether they're good or not. It just says like whether you're following the releases. It says nothing about their quality, right? I usually set up a couple seasonal and then add a couple older ones, yeah. I just never find the time for it, honestly. Like, especially now I'm filling up all my free time with streaming, basically. Also, the theory of digging that tunnel, and men needed to have 2-meter arms. I love it so much, Chinchilla. I follow 3 animes and they all drop on Sunday. Ooh, nice. Can you go to Sarway's house and leave her a message for me that I want to get back together with her? Good luck with that, okay? It's a bit complicated since they're guaranteed good mangas who can be shitty animes and shitty mangas that can be good animes, so it's really weird. Yeah, for sure. All the free time being on my shows. Yeah, fucking Sunday's supposed to be my off day, and here I am streaming at 2 a.m. Okay, I'm done with this song. It's a Superstar by Moe Shop with featuring Hentai Dude rapping about being a hentai superstar. That was the meme. There, you got it. Moe Shop is actually so fucking good. I love the Notice Me. This track is so fucking good. Moe Shop is dank, yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite. It's so good. Her flow. God, it's such a banger. Next week, Sunday, talk about identity. Another identity talk? What's the subject, Chinchilla? We all have an identity. How can we figure out our identity? How can we be comfortable with our own identity? Given that the world seems so much more complex than 10, 20, or 30 years ago. Are you listening to any music these days? What have I been listening to? Not really. Nothing explains anime better than watching the wholesome My Miracle followed by a trashy big boobed isekai. Yeah. It's vague on purpose. Hey, Chinchilla, the only thing I regret during our other identity talk on Tuesday was I couldn't drop my most important, my favorite reference on identity as a philosophical subject is Amin Malouf's book Les Identités Meurtrières, also translated as In the Name of Identity. Yeah, that's the English translation. Amin Malouf, In the Name of Identity, Violence and the Need to Belong, is such an amazing book when it comes to discussing identity. It's written from the perspective of Amin Malouf, who's a French and Tunisian author. Already, he's someone who is at the border of 2 different nationalities, very, very different cultures. And as a product of those different cultures, those different languages, those different religions, different understandings of the world, he puts words to so many things I myself have felt as someone who's also the product of various cultures, and I think actually apply to all human beings. They're just maybe easier to see when you're from this kind of perspective. Do you use Spotify? I want to steal your playlist. I don't use Spotify. I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to Spotify. I've never used it. This is Moa Shop. I can give you some similar stuff. Yeah. Moa Shop is a great rabbit hole to go down. Like, because this shit will get you suggestions in your like future funk. Like, listen to this and it will throw you like future funk suggestions into your YouTube feed, and then you go to like anything that has a little cutesy anime loop is gonna be good. Anything with this kind of like anime loop is gonna be good. That's how you know that's good future funk. You don't, nothing else matters. Spotify is overrated. Debate me on it. Like, what are some other good ones? Yeah, this one's a good one. Oh, that just makes me want to rewatch Ranma now. Dude, Ranma 1.5 is so fucking good. Is this one good? Oh yeah, let me check that link out. Here's the debate. It's shit in the discussion. Jesus Christ, Decoy, you're mad today. I'm a hipster when it comes to vaporwave, future funk, city wave shit. Good. Look, unironically, this fucking one. Unironically, Ranma 1.5, as long as the 5-second GIF is from something before you were born. True. Ranma 1.5 probably is the like, how many people discovered they were trans thanks to Ranma 1.5? I want to know, honestly. I had a very vivid dream after an extended nap, so I'm feeling very spicy right now. Nice. A woman's name has to be one on my top 10 of anime. Okay, this is. I can't talk while listening to this. It's so dumb. You love black people. You love black people. Okay, I need to focus up here. Phase up! Okay. Ranma 1.5. Honestly, I think it made me realize that I want to be a cute anime girl. But like, unironically, I keep joking about it, but I honestly, if I could turn into an anime girl, I would do it. Like, honestly. Or like, if I could turn into a girl and know that I would be like passing and really hot, I don't know if I would do that if it was irreversible. I don't know if I would do it if it was irreversible, but I would hesitate. It would be a really hard choice, regardless. And I don't even have gender dysphoria. I don't have gender dysphoria. Are you even trying to evade my edits? No, I'm not. I'm not even trying.
I only love 3 people, Jesse.
And who's that?
Melina, my son, Nathan, and black people.
Black people.
I've seen this. I've seen this before. It's good.
Oh my god!
No, we don't need this guy's reaction. Oh shit, Pelagea is streaming. Dude, if there was ever a perfect fusion of Coomer content and good ASMR, it's Pelagea's stream. Your Pelagea is one of the best ASMR artists out there, and she's really hot. Just throwing this out there if anyone's looking for some ASMR content. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, I can't. Don't bonk me. I'm just being realistic, okay? I can't not look at my Twitch feed, see her there, and be like, oh, shit, I wanna check it out, okay? Good thing I'm doing something else right now. Hey, we all know VODs. You have access to the VODs, Exploded Knees. You're gonna be able to do what you want with them. Dodged the bullet. Not really. It's just the slow delivery bullet. That's all that means. Add this command, coward. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look, I'll be honest with you. When I watch an Invadervi, it's not for the cum. I am not coming when I watch it, okay? I do not come. When I watch Denims, it's not just because she's a really good entertainer. It's also because she has thighs that are literally pieces of heaven brought down to earth, okay? So that is me being a coomer. No, okay, Explode Knees. I would add this command if it was the original, if this was the original unedited quote. Because I genuinely believe that Invadervi's thighs are God's gift to heaven. They are proof that God exists, okay? And I would not have you blaspheme my take with this edit. I know how it's pronounced in Chile. It's a meme. Chill, okay? And like I admit it, I enjoy Denim's. I sometimes enjoy tuning into Denim's content, but I do not simp for Denim the way I simp for Invadervi. And I simp hard for Invadervi, okay? And I enjoy her content as well. She's a great entertainer. But I really simp hard for her. This is too much ammo, Chinchilla. Inva who? Hello. Inva Dervy. Well, yes. She's awesome. She actually is awesome. I need to check when my sub expires. I'm unironic. Honestly, I hesitate to burn my Prime sub on you, Chinchilla, earlier. But I'm consciously can't help but think that I want to use my Prime sub on Invader V when my gifted sub runs out. I want to stay subbed to her. I'm so sorry, Chinchilla. I don't know how I can what can save me at this point. Amaranth is the best girl. I disagree. That's what I do as a moderator. I draw out the memes. True. Like, dark as my soul. Hoes before bros. Exactly. Hoes before bros. Amaranth is banned off Twitch. Wait, is she? No way. No fucking way. What? How long? Oh, shit! Why? 2 days ago? Oh shit, drama review. I'm late on this. Why was Amaranth banned from Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok? What? Yesterday afternoon, Amaranth received her 5th Twitch ban since 2019. She tweeted out, banned everywhere, and confirmed via a new YouTube video today that she has been banned on Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok. Twitch partner and software engineer Commander Root replied to Amaranth's ban news with a screenshot that shows her as still partnered on Twitch. Typically, if an account has been permanently banned, such data will show the banned account as no longer partnered with the platform. The account is still the best stream on Twitch, and also a partner. So why was Amaranth banned from all these platforms? The answer is unclear. In her YouTube video released today, Amaranth said, "I don't know if I'll get Instagram back, and I'm trying to see why I even got banned on Twitch. I'm a little confused." She went on to say, sarcastically, that her content is family-friendly, but then insists that she has been super tame lately. I even sit in a chair sometimes. For the 5th time on Twitch? Yeah, mommy, no. What's up? Hey, I throw babies. How are you doing? Wasn't she simulating giving a blowjob from a dildo? I can do that. It's like this. Fuck, I never practiced this meme. I'm sorry. I need to practice it in front of a mirror, actually. I don't know if that's the reason. That sounds like a dumb reason. Wait, no, if it's a dildo, then it's not a dumb reason. If it's a dildo, then... No way she's dumb enough to pull out the dildo on stream. No way she's that fucking dumb. She knows how... She knows not to do that kind of shit. No, that's... I refuse to believe that, Mathraxis. She is shameless, but she's not dumb. I need to find a new girl to simp for now. Invader V, okay? Highly recommend. Yeah, we've been talking about this. Invader V. No, Alinity? Ah, no, Alinity, no. It has to be Invader V. So Miskip said about this, it's likely that Amaranth isn't coming back because I talked with her and Twitch told her that this was the last chance after being banned 4 times. It's weird that Commander Root then tweeted this, but okay. I paraphrased, by the way, but that's what he said. Alinity has the fluffiest cats. What is wrong with you people? I don't care about their pussy. I care about their thighs. That's thick thighs are... Don't lie, okay? They're all that matter. Well, not that they're thick, that they're beautiful. While Amaranth says she doesn't know the reason for her ban, it's also possible that she may not be allowed to speak on the issue, even if she does know why she was suspended from the platform. As Twitch commentator Zach Busey explains, most partners can speak about the reason they are suspended, however some have newer deals preventing them from talking about any disciplinary action. Given her more explicit content on other platforms, it's conceivable that Amaranth may have been banned due to her content being too adult for these social media platforms. For example, TikTok began cracking down on creators with links to adult content in their TikTok bios last year. And TikTok told Rolling Stone that we do not allow content that commits, promotes, or glorifies sexual solicitation or allows accounts that attempt to redirect traffic to sites such as OnlyFans or Linktree pages that include adult links. Any thoughts on Illy Moon? I don't know who that is. Delusional? If you're talking about me, it's you who's delusional. Classic Twitch not being able to give a concrete answer to anything. They don't even know. They don't even know themselves what's going on. Okay, like where do you draw the line then? I mean, okay, you link to a link tree. The link tree cannot contain the OnlyFans link. So what if you link to something else on the link tree that contains the OnlyFans link? Like, how many degrees of removal do you need? This is dumb. Just, I don't know. Link shortener on the link tree? Yeah. Instagram has a similar policy surrounding sexual solicitation. A Facebook rep explained to Refinery29 that we don't allow people to share links to porn websites on Instagram. While OnlyFans isn't a porn website, we know it can be used in that way. So we take action on accounts that share OnlyFans links when paired with other sexually suggestive content. As for Twitch, some streamers have been banned for promoting their explicit OnlyFans pages on Twitch. Unpartnered and banned Twitch streamer IndieFox purportedly used Twitch's messaging feature back in April to promote her Linktree to her Twitch subscribers, which directly linked to her OnlyFans page. According to Twitch's community guidelines, unsolicited offers or solicitation for sexual content and services is prohibited on Twitch. To be fair, Amaranth had multiple times where she said, well, I think my content isn't appropriate for Twitch, but I'm going to do it until I get banned. Twitch might be just pissed off. Twitter contains OnlyFans for a lot of creators. Yeah, Twitter doesn't give a shit. Twitter, you can have sexually explicit content on Twitter and solicit for it. Based Amaranth once again. I mean, man, she looks so much different in this photo than she usually looks. I don't have anything against Amaranth. I know a lot of people hate her for some reason. I don't know for why. Maybe because she's like the ruthless businesswoman thing, or because she's just like I don't know. I don't know why people don't like her. Because I guess I do know, because like the incel red pill take that she's getting too much value out of her body and image and stuff. I don't know, man. It's cringe. Do you have that clip of the boomer professor who opens up his Twitter feed and there's a naked woman in the first thing? Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah, I remember something like that. Okay. The Instagram rules on pictures is kind of weird because nudes aren't allowed, but some clothed pictures where it's too explicit, you can still get banned or something. Really? I swear I've seen some really, like, okay, I've seen like erotic photography on Instagram, honestly. Like my ex, that I guess I'm kind of getting back with now. But that's another story. She has like photographer friends who do like artistic nudes and stuff like that, and they post it on Instagram, and like the nipples are censored and stuff, but I mean it's basically nudes. I mean it gets into very erotica type content. And I don't know, maybe it's because they're small accounts that they don't get banned. But I don't know. And no, I'm not going to share the links. Not here. But maybe I could. She like posted on Facebook, so I probably could. But I would have to ask her if she like really wanted me to share those links. I doubt that it would be okay for me to just share them. Without asking her, at least. Which seems like a weird thing for something that's already out on the internet, but that's not how things work. Man, I can't get over it. Amaranth is... What is this? Okay, what is this account? Hamaranth. Ham. And it's just a picture of Amaranth in a maid outfit. Like the profile pic. Okay, it's just the meme account. Whatever. You can't get over Amaranth. I told you she's best girl. Look, honestly, the main reason I probably don't like Amaranth that much is because she's not a good ASM. She's not that good of an ASM artist. Sometimes I enjoy her ASMR, but most of the time I don't. Most of the time I genuinely don't enjoy it. Nice. You've linked this to me already, Chinchilla. Talking about Twitch and pool streams. This is the hottest stream, yeah. Monkey flip. Spinning monkey. Poggers. PogChamp monkeys. Return to monkey. And finally the pool monkey. Most important one. Spin! Coggers. Splash! Oh my fucking god, he's so happy. This is actually really cool. And those animals are dangerous, but that's really fucking cool. Like, seeing how happy he is and everything. Anyways. Look, people. I'm enjoying this a lot. I wish I could continue, but I'm gonna end it. I just gave this person a follow just so I can link it to streamers for the memes. Nice. All right. Wait, should we raid someone? Let me just look. Twitch.tv. Any suggestions? Senpai Chow streaming. I always raid Senpai Chow. I need to raid someone else. I need to switch it up. At some point I need to raid like other small streamers, but that are big enough to notice it, to like actually help the channel instead of just raiding people, raiding the close circle. Ah, fucking this fucking Hearthstone ad. I hate it. Raid Danabo, he's a producer for Dylan Burns. Alright, I need to like... Didn't we have him on stream at some point? Kind of want to stream and shit talk Naruto for 2 hours. Nice. Oh fuck, Decoy, what mate? Holy shit, that's such a dank emote. Guys, look at the fucking new emotes on streams.gg. Look at this, look at the you what mate. Oh my god, it's so good. Seasonal by Gehenhyog. Oh my god. So fucking good. Look at those high-res emotes too. It's beautiful. God, I'm still mad about Shippuden. We all are. Shippuden is fucking trash. Dude, the amount of fillers in the end of Shippuden, I swear I waited a year for the fillers to end. Literally entire Shippuden. Then Abu also does the booking for a bunch of panels. Alright. Let's do it. Let's follow the... I gotta drop him a follow so I can raid him. And then, Neyman is now a cool dude. Wow. Not gonna hear his reaction. Dan Bo. Alright, guys who are watching, isn't Shippuden just Naruto's last name? No. If you watched the original show Boruto, you would know the because Naruto is just a prequel to Boruto. It's not that important. Like the real fans, they watched Boruto. Look what Slug posted further up. Gehenhyog made us wings for the Angel modifier. Oh shit! Oh shit, that's new. Alright, guys. Please stick around, go check out the Danabo so I look good as a networking cloud chaser. And yeah, go enjoy his stream. Have fun. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye bye. Stuff. Poop.